world collapsed early Sunday morning. She got up from the kitchen table, folded the newspaper, and silenced the radio. Those creatures jumped the barricades and have headed for the sea. She began to breathe at the thought of such freedom. Stood and whispered to her child, "Belong." She held the child and whispered, with calm, belong.
We're unmuted. Hello and welcome, everyone. We are back. We are alive, not sleeping. That is how this campaign has been for the past 2 years. Alive, but just sleeping. So it's up for a week from its nap, and we're all gonna go around and say who we are, who we're playing, and how hype we are for tonight because we're alive and not dead, just sleeping. So I'm gonna start. It's me. Hi, Laugh with Lindy. And I'm mega super duper ultra hyped. I'm excited for this campaign as face huggers are to see a face. That's my level of hype. I will be playing Captain McKeelson, Captain and Medic McKeelson, who may or may not have very questionable medical background of dubious, definitely forged origins. But it's here and is for some reason in charge, so that's, they're stressed. But below me on the overlay, we have Deception Check. How are you tonight?
Oh God, I go now already. Oh, hi.
Surprise.
Yeah, I'm Deception Check. I'm playing Hank Granger, and I am equally happy to be here, as happy as a chest burster is to burst chests. I'm playing, Hank Granger. He is a Wayland Yutani trained special investigator assigned to specific duty or special duty among the USCM. And at this point, he's not sure he's still got his certifications anymore. Kind of gone off the rails a little bit. He's hunting down skin jobs and or synthetics, if you will. And he's in the midst of one that's really too powerful, and the whole reason why you don't let him get this far. But he's just got to figure out what to do and try and survive the entire mess. So yeah, let's burst some chests.
Well, maybe not. Yes, we're excited and ready, just like Shiny Pilot is. How are you tonight?
Yeah, that's right. I'm doing good. Happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody and our viewers. Enjoying a drink, and I'll probably grab more as we go throughout the show tonight because it's going to be a doozy.
Yeah.
Aliens drives people to drink. If you were stuck in that world, I'd be drinking, or I'd be dead. Probably dead, but drinking and dead. Yeah. So
Drink till you
I'm going to
die.
be playing. Yeah, drink till you die. I'm going to be
Feels the slogan.
playing Lance Corporal Blaze. He is a smart gunner, career Marine for now, because he did not want to be a miner like his dad, off-world miner.
Yeah.
So here he is, just trying to stay alive, and he's happy to be here with his team. Not so happy with all of the shenanigans and bullshit that we've already had to go through to, come to this point, but he's hopeful, ever hopeful that we will make it. Gonna pop a caffeine chewing gum. Let's just pray that we make it.
Someone who's praying we all make it, hopefully, would be Nuggetosaurus. How are you tonight?
I'm fantastic. I'm playing aliens, so I can't be anything other than fantastic.
I know. It's a dream.
It's
Feels like a dream.
It really does. Hi, I'm Nugget. I'm playing Violet 6, the synthetic human, and I'm as happy to be here as a working Joe is to murder some unsuspecting Cleolanth workers. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Someone who's not an unsuspecting worker would be D20 coup de grace. How are you?
Hi, yeah, I'm doing great. I am happy to be here. Uh, I'll be playing Corporal Red Brewer. He's a demolition specialist that has just spent a little too long in. Oh man, is it stasis? Hypersleep?
Hypersleep?
Hypersleep. Yes, hypersleep. Too long in hypersleep. Yeah, and excited to get down to it.
Wonderful. Someone who has been too long in hypersleep would be our dungeon master, our mother for this evening. The not dead, somehow still alive and here against his will, mayhaps, blackmailed producer Trav. How are you?
Ouch. Right there. There it is. Hi. Oh, gosh. Hello. By the way, Mike, that's called dead drinking. By the way,
So
drinking
you're
while
dead? Yeah.
you're dead. There's day drinking, there's dead drinking, there's a lot of different kinds of drinking. Hi, I'm Travis Bowles, and that's not what we're talking about tonight. Tonight, we're going to play Aliens Shoulder of the Rhine for the first time in how long, Lindy?
23 months. 24. 23, 24. Yeah. 23 and a half. Almost 2 years.
You know,
Pardon us
obviously
if we're a little hazy on some details.
obviously I should be ashamed of myself, and I want all of you to know that I am, and actively, and it is but we're going to use it. We're going to lean into it, and we're going to turn it into, it
was emotional blackmail I used.
Swords into plowshares, and then we'll turn those plowshares back into swords as we tear each other apart in this wild game we call Aliens. So listen, I'm very glad to be here. I won't belabor the point. I'm ready, if y'all are ready, to bring this sucker back from the dead. And I want to say what's up to all the viewers. Let's get back into this. Let's play this game. I'm excited about it. And so, Lindy, you may roll that beautiful bean footage at your leisure.
And I shall.
Our sister. She had her baby. I can hear her, but I can't hear you. It's quiet out here, but everything is working. By the time you get here, it will be a garden. I'll show you.
She whispered to her child, calm, belong. Somewhere out there in space, a baby cries. Meanwhile, down here on LV something, I don't know, that it's been a year and a half. It's been 310. Thank you, Becky. Lore Master Becky will correct me when I don't know the proper name of the planet. There's going to be a lot of that tonight, folks. Strap in for that one. It's quiet. Remember, there are no birds in the trees. There are no fish in the ocean. There is silence as the wind blows through the trees. The tweez on LV 310, you said, Becky? There's a hydroelectric power dam carved into the side of a mountain. And about a half-mile away is a waterfall that powers this structure. And it's alien. It's foreign. It doesn't look like everything for miles and miles, thousands of miles in all directions. And on top of it is a large black crystalline man-made structure, roughly in the shape of a teardrop or an egg. Outside, underneath this egg on the base, is a landing platform. And if we want to pull up the map for the folks at home, because we're going to start bringing the map into our lives here.
Yes, which one? Which section
The
of the map?
upper level with the
Just want to
landing
make sure
pad.
I've got it on the right section. It's the lower level of the landing pad.
Pardon me. Thank you. Lower level. Because the tension comes, does the DM know what he's doing? That's what the tense music is
Hold
about.
on, we're having a slight technical difficulty with the with the map screen. I'll work on it. Just keep going. Just describe.
Okay. Well, the point is there's a landing pad and there's a drop ship on it. And moments ago, Violet and another woman who looks just like her. And tonight would be a good time to point out that this is a good moment to point out that Ray is not able to join us tonight. Ray, we miss you. We adore you.
Next one.
And you'll be here for the next one. And I'm going to pick up Plan R for the evening. And between me and Becky, we'll figure it out. But the two of them are being escorted by a couple of Marines, Ashley and Strong Blossom, as in the foreground of this shot, boots move past the frame. And it's this group of leathery, scraggly guys with matted hair and cigarettes hanging out of their mouths. And they're hauling a whole bunch of fresh as a daisy spare cabling out of the back of the dropship, which has its landing ramp down on the back so that you could, the camera turned around, see into the ship. As the camera does that, you see Chow lean out, and she's way in the front. She's making her way to sit back up at the console to rest her leg, which is badly injured. But we don't see Dr. Lin, who, when we last saw him, said he was going to run a test on Plan R and Violet because they weren't feeling well. They had a headache, feeling lightheaded, which is rare, nigh presumed impossible for company synthetic, particularly ones with the pedigree, I suppose one could say, of Violet and her sister. So, as they haul this cabling, Becky, do you say anything or do anything as you make your way to the elevator to travel downstairs, or upstairs?
I don't think so. So we just had that vision. We're both coming on the back end of the headaches, if I remember correctly. The headaches have now started to recede. And we're both kind of unsteady on our feet, and we're like arm in arm, if I remember correctly. I don't think I really say much. I think we're just focused on getting to McKeelson and kind of speeding up the timeline and checking in with everybody.
What you guys were going to go do, if I recall, was to go downstairs and investigate the data pad that Granger has, that he was given by Valentina, the woman who looks like Plan R and yourself.
Correct.
Who had her legs shot up and white blood shot out of her leg.
Yes.
After she tried to gank Granger. Roughly. So Violet and Plan R quietly leaning on each other for stability make their way into the elevator. And Strong Blossom and Ashley quietly stand with them. And the lights turn on. They hit the switch. The gantry closes. And they proceed to go up. Let's talk about what's going on up there. So I move to the map here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, and we'll keep this sort of intro cinematic bit kind of moving. You guys, and Lindy, if you wanted to jump their icons from one map to the other, that would be great.
Got it.
So you're coming down this hallway, the two of you. The Marines are following you. The camera turns and gets ahead of them and goes down the hall, hangs a right, down a little bit, hangs a left, comes around a corner, past a Marine named Fisher, who is keeping watch at the door. And in this room are Granger, Kielson, Brewer, Blaze, Thompson. I said McKeelson, I think. And Valentina is tied to a chair. What is she tied to a chair with?
Rope.
Is that a recall? There's like zip ties?
Oh yeah, zip ties. We've got zip ties. Yeah.
I think we had like Marine zip ties going.
Marine zip tie cuffs. Yeah.
And in this chamber here,
cables too. Anything. Everything.
Heston just liquefied somebody who has something coming out of his chest. Yes.
Yeah, there was paste, and we said we don't want to risk paste. Please incinerate that too.
Dr. Vic sits down on all four, just on crisscross applesauce on the floor, and he looks like he's hyperventilating and is struggling to catch his breath. Valentina has now stopped speaking and is staring straight ahead, not saying a word. Thompson turns and looks to the captain and says, "Ready when you are."
Right. Well, Thompson, you and Brewer are going to be, you're going to be keeping watch as Brewer fixes the stuff in here.
It might take some time, Captain.
Said about 4 hours, 30 minutes ago, so I'm hoping it's about 3.5 hours now.
I mean, I'm just about finished, Captain.
Great. So Thompson, you keep watch over Brewer, make sure nothing interferes with his work. If anything weird or even slightly out of the ordinary happens, you let me know. Right. Thank you for the drone, Granger. And Blaze, you and names, we have so many of them.
Kennedy?
Fisher. You, Fisher, Kennedy, and Heston. I'd like you to check out some of the other hallways we haven't investigated yet.
All right, I'm on it. Can we to drag them together as a group?
Just throw
Look
them
how
together.
cute they are moving around.
As I walk by the dock, I hand him a paper bag. Here. There you go.
And
That
he's-
way.
he
What's-
can barely
I was
say
gonna say,
anything.
what's the paper bag?
For the
He's hyperventilating.
Oh,
Here you go.
Okay, so you guys are moving north and going into the big chamber, yes?
Yep.
They
Is that what
would,
you said?
be to have to get to the other hallways, yeah.
Right, yes, I suppose they do, right? Yeah, because I'm looking
Yeah.
at this. Okay, so there you go.
I'm
So,
zooming in a lot. So.
As you cross, you notice this team, you all notice that Fellows is standing in between the corpse of Shillingford and the
I love our icon form, by the way.
The Shittingford. I mean Shillingford. The dead
him.
poop
You guys
emoji.
he didn't like that character. He didn't care for
No.
him very much. Seems. Seems
Shittingford
to
was an
me.
appropriate name. I feel.
His name was Terry Shillingford. He had a name.
Terry
and
Shittingford.
He was a criminal. And he's dead. The who knows what else. He did carry a putter with him around at all times, which is how you can get anyone to dislike you instantly by carrying a golf club around by affectation.
I imagine he had a pop
And wasn't
collar the
he-
entire time too.
Absolutely. He was
He
a
was
polo
like-
boy.
Oh,
Wasn't he
gosh.
like weirdly obsessed with Rebecca too?
Absolutely, yes.
Yes,
He was
absolutely.
creepy.
Yes.
Yeah,
He was.
he was a
That's why he
creep.
had R, like in his
Yeah.
cold storage, and was like creeping on her. We were
Ugh,
like,
yeah.
ew, no.
Yeah.
He's obsessed, and
So,
in not a
he's
good
dead.
way. Yeah.
He's lying
Yay.
on the floor, dead.
And we
Uh,
didn't kill him, so we can't even get in trouble for it. It's my favorite
All
part.
these
We didn't have to do it.
refugees around the room are asleep. You swing a look. Anyone who swings a look over their right shoulder notices the tattoo guy going through a large valise case that has two doors that open up, and he's got it open and he's looking in it, and he's got like a little flashlight and he's shining a flashlight around in it. And Fellows and King is smoking a cigarette and just kind of looking around. And when you guys enter the room, he tilts his chin, and so do Fellows, and he ashes it like, the big one moved a minute ago.
Moved?
Yeah, the big one right there. He moved. We've been watching him. He hadn't moved since.
All right. Don't take any chances. Keep an eye on it. We're going deeper into the tunnels to check out what else this facility has. Freaking Heston smoked something out in the tubes down south of the control room. They're trying to get it operational right now.
Roger that.
Look,
Brewer smoking something? You need
Oh.
to share that around if y'all are doing that.
you damn addict. I mean, he shot something. It's fine.
Oh. Yeah, I knew what you were saying.
Those things are gonna kill you. You know that, right?
I knew what you were gonna say. Yeah,
as
no.
he pops another chewing gum.
All right, well, we'll keep an eye on him.
Yeah, keep an eye on him.
You guys need any help, let me know. We're gonna hang out here. Unless she
Oh.
says different.
I'll let you know as he taps the pulse rifle on his helmet.
And they're too calm. They're too cool. And remember, it's kind of dark in there. You're on emergency like power. These are the low running lights for what's, oh wait, no, there is no power in there. That was part of the thing we set up, was that there is no power, and there's like lanterns around the room. They have like their little emergency lights that they carry with them on their various boxes, and
It's all like
we had
emergency
to bring in
lighting.
our own batteries and stuff.
Yeah,
if I
that's what
recall.
those circles are downstairs. Is big
Yeah.
hookups.
and there's hard shadows getting thrown in all directions, and so it's dark in there, and you can't really see Gasper and everything going on up on this upper gantry, but
Except
you
for probably
can.
his shoulder light or whatever.
He's got his light, and he's looking around, and he puts his hand up. Let everybody know he's okay. Got his hand in the air.
Food for thought is like we may want to get everybody consolidated a little bit better instead of spread out like this. I don't like it.
Just to keep an eye on everything.
Yeah.
Right.
What was this room to the east?
It's
Do
just
you
empty.
remember? Just empty?
Just empty.
Boy, that'd be a nice consolidation point.
If shit hits the fan, it sure would be a nice centralized consolidation point. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that too. We talked about how it was cleaned out. How can I fog a war out? I guess I need to fog a war out I need to be ready to get
I
rid of
can't
that.
see anything past here.
I can do the
reveal it.
fog.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, I got it. Okay,
You got it. Cool.
Okay, so yeah, do you proceed, Blaze? What do you do next?
Oh yeah. Open the doors if they're not already open.
Okay, so
Slight lights on.
I can't believe you're
frickin'
doing
serious
that.
time. So adjust the helmet, chew the gum, lights are on, guns leveled, slow and steady. Let's clear this.
No.
So
all right.
we're taking it nice and slow and steady. We're talking
Alright.
like aliens sweeping the corridors, like check those corridors, check those corridors.
But you leave the twitchy guy who's dead?
He's got other Marines, it's fine.
None with flamethrowers?
Oh. Oh no.
You look down the hall.
It's a boss battle because I heard the music change. No, okay.
Oh, there it is. Turn it on. There it is.
Oh fuck.
You look down the hall. It's just a big long hallway. There are no lights, no clutter, just a big long hallway.
Takes a big breath, slowly lets it out. Very slow walk.
Vents everywhere.
Yeah, very slow walk. We're going nice and slow, nice and steady. Guns at the ready, eyes outside. Paying attention. Alright, what, as I come to the cusp of this circular room, is there anything on the walls in this, or is it just a corridor with a more semicircular room?
So it's like a tall room. It has like a high ceiling,
Okay.
and it goes way up, like 50 feet, you think, way high up. And
Okay.
there's, as you shine your flashlight up there, there's some sort of gantry system going up with like a spiral staircase, and it takes you up to a series, like a tower network that's built into the core of this tower going up. And you really can't see how high it goes up, but it may go all the way up to the top of the egg.
Alright. Kind of nice tactical situation. As we're moving in slowly, he's going to put Kennedy near the base of that spiral stair, watching it, looking up. The rest of us eyes front. Heston would be really good actually at watching our tail too as we come down. So that's what we'll do. I'll have Heston watching the rear. And then once we pass, if the stairs are clear, then Kennedy can pull in with us here. So we're shuffling.
Copy that. All right, you got some more time. Do you go all the way to the end of the hall?
Yes.
We're having fun now.
Yeah?
So you
Sure
come,
we are.
You come to the end, and you reach another circular space with another gantry network going straight up above your head, and a system in the middle bolted to the walls. Looks like those things coming out of the bottom of Cloud City that Luke hangs onto, you know, those weird sort of
Yeah.
upside down antennas that we love so much. And except there's a whole bunch of them, and you can tell that as you move up that spiral staircase up there, you'd still be ducking under and navigating what is clearly a very complex system of pipes and fiber networks and all kinds of very sophisticated looking gear going up for tens of, if not maybe 100 feet.
I mean, does anybody in our group have a motion tracker?
You do.
I do.
Got
I
the
can't
big-
remember in the inventory.
You've got the big gun with the motion tracker.
You, Brewer, and I think one of the
The
Marines
smart gun
does.
doesn't have a motion tracker on it. It's an individual item.
You would
Oh.
have one though.
You've got the motion
have
tracker.
one.
You've been
I
our
have
motion
one.
tracker
Yep.
guy.
Hey, I had to check my gear. I checked it. Okay. Anything clear on the motion?
Oh, that's a no. There's not. I didn't know that sound effect made a button.
Oh no.
Made a noise. So false alarm there, Mike. Sorry, everybody at home. You
Yeah.
folks at home, if you spilled your popcorn, if you knocked your drink over, I want to apologize and go get a dirty towel out of the laundry and clean it up, and come back, and we'll be ready. So so Mike, you just hear the thumps of the motion tracker going out, and nothing's moving.
Okay.
I don't have a motion tracker sound effect that doesn't have a beep on it.
Yeah,
I
you
should
know,
get one.
You know,
I was
yeah,
gonna say you
that-
need the pip, that sound. Yeah.
Okay. So, you look down the hallway. Ooh, that's a good one.
Oh no.
I like
Don't
that.
say that. Don't say that.
Okay, hold on. I need to reveal. It's kind of exciting though. Sorry, the folks want to watch the game. All right, you look down the hallway. You see the hallway goes down to a left turn, and there are 2 left turns in between that. So you have 3 opportunities to go left down a hallway.
All right. Slow and steady then. Here we go. So we're going to corner up here and slice the pie. So guns up and checking it as we come around, looking down that tunnel first. I'll be looking down this tunnel. I want Fisher looking to my right still and watching that. In case anything pops out.
Okay, you look down your left shoulder and you see a hallway going down. There's a doorway on the left side, and then it looks like another circular area, and then a hallway, and then another extension, and then maybe you can see something maybe down at the very end. Looks like it takes a left turn there too.
Okay.
That's about how far your flashlight will take you.
All right. He's going to trade then and move to here, and he'll have Fisher here watching the hall. Okay. Now I'm going to split off to this one with Heston. Got Kennedy here. What do I got in front of me here?
So
The door?
A door, and it's hanging open.
Hanging open.
And
Oh, no.
inside is clearly a this is the staff like lockers. There's a small bathroom area, place to wash your hands. There's bathroom mirrors, lockers on 3 walls. There's some seating in the middle. There's more than this map necessarily reflects. It's a sizable crew area.
Is there blood all over the place?
No. It's actually
Or
pretty
goo.
sterile. It's actually pretty just empty, and the locker doors are all shut, and it looks it does not look molested in any way.
All right. Blazer then will talk to Fisher and Kennedy and say, guys, I got a room here. I'm gonna pop in and check it real quick with Heston.
Should I
Y'all
shoot it?
hold right there.
Copy that.
Okay. Just poking in here. What do we got? Left and right. Any bodies? Any surprise attacks?
No bodies, no surprise attacks. And it looks vacant, maybe even new-ish, maybe even not very much used. There isn't wear on the lockers like a big staff opened this door over and over again. There's not towels hanging over the chairs. The towels are neatly folded. It's rather septic. It could probably, accommodate a crew of 30 to 50 people.
Okay. Do we have working comms in here, or are they blocked out? Okay.
I'm sorry.
Nope, they work.
All right.
Hey, Blaze. You might want to cover your eyes. Oh, shit. Never mind. Wait, how do I turn this thing off?
What is happening?
Thanks. Appreciate it, Brewer. Hey, Captain.
Yeah.
So we're down the tunnels. Long circular tunnels led to locker rooms so far. Nothing here. Nobody's home. Sterile and fresh as a daisy.
That's better than dead twitching corpses. So,
Yeah.
and chest bursters.
Speaking of dead twitching corpses, we had something twitching up there up at Fellows. He said it hasn't moved
And
though in
you
a while since
burned
the
it,
twitch.
right?
No, didn't burn it.
Why
Told him
the
to
hell
watch it.
wouldn't you burn the twitching corpse?
I
That's...
can't. You're not coming through
Why the hell wouldn't you burn the twitching corpse?
because
That's-
it was twitching. It's called the what's it called? The response. The
It's called the
synaptic
chest
response.
burster response. We had a meeting about this. You've lived through too much, Blaze. I'm gonna send Grain. Who has a flamethrower? Brewer, pause that work for 2 seconds and go burn that dwarf corpse that twitched. That is.
Aye, Captain.
You hear that over the comms, but yeah. What? I'm sorry. What else? Anything else glaringly,
Yep.
obviously dangerous?
No, nothing else glaringly obviously dangerous, which
Okay,
is what's
good.
freaky about this area.
You know, I'll take freakily sterile over twitching corpses right now. But just keep the buddy system going, quadruple buddy system, if you know, whatever. And shoot
You hear-
anything that moves.
And right after
Shoot
shoot
anything that
anything that
moves.
moves.
Unless
you
it's
hear-
someone going,
I was gonna say
help
shoot anything
help
that
me.
moves, okay.
You know, you
If-
know what
if
we've done this
there-
whole time.
If there is a spaceship cat and we shoot it, I'm blaming
No!
you.
No! Keep what you've been doing this whole time in the egg. There you go. There you go. There you go.
Okay. So you dispatch Brewer
To go burn the twitchy corpse, cause
to go burn the twitchy
Well,
corpse.
yeah.
Okay. So
Just- no.
let's kind of put a pin in that right here.
Okay.
And right as he does that, you hear Fisher say, "Hey guys, we got a locked door over here.
Mm.
You want me to open it?"
Hang on, we're coming to you.
All right. And on We're Coming to You, we'll move over to Granger. Granger, when they left the room, they left behind Thompson, a hyperventilating Dr. Vic, and a apparently catatonic Valentina, if that is her name. And you're hearing the captain bark orders. What are you doing?
Panic bark orders.
You're muted, my dear friend Frank.
Yes, as soon as Brewer leaves the room, and we're left with one Marine and the captain, Brewer takes out his PKD, turns the side, places it right up against the temple of the alternate R, looks over his shoulder towards McKeelson and goes, "Hey, just say the word."
Islet should be here any minute. She might be able to dig some info
Nah,
out.
I don't trust her.
I
Not
trust.
not Violet.
Oh,
This
no.
one.
No, she's not Violet. Don't trust her. Oh, she's sketchy.
She may be missing a leg and pretending she's hurt, but they're just as dangerous.
Just keep the gun there while Violet talks to her. Or hacks into something.
We're getting a bit busy down here now, Captain.
I know.
Why haven't we left?
No. There's some information that might good blackmail against the company.
Yeah, it's possibly on this tablet I got right here, but
And we're going to find that out real
Mhm.
soon. And there's a ship
you
coming.
know the beauty of a tablet, Cap?
So we can take it with us. Yes, I know, but what if it
I've-
doesn't have anything?
Then we're alive and disappointed.
How long will we be alive for?
Longer than if we stick around here.
Yeah, maybe just a little longer. Just checks over like things on McKeelson's own tablet. Here soon.
Captain,
Sooner than
in your
later.
medical
Yes, yes.
opinion,
Yep.
is this guy okay here?
No.
Can you do anything about it? He's starting to freak me out a little bit.
Oh, do you point at the doctor or the other zip-tied guy?
No, I pointed at the doctor
Oh, the doctor.
hyperventilating on the
Oh,
floor.
he'll get over it. He's having a very emotional time right now. You know, I've got something for that, and I'm gonna pull out some whiskey.
Whiskey or morphine?
Some whiskey.
Okay.
Because if something medical happens, we might need him to. I'd rather have a drunk doctor than a drugged up doctor
You know,
performing.
underneath his other arm, he puts his hand out there like, "You pass it to me when you're done, please."
Yeah, so I've got a whole bottle, so it's just out of the med pack. Hey, Dr. Vic, you breathing? You got that paper bag now? Yeah, you good? Here, have some whiskey.
What? You don't understand.
Oh, it's bad.
You don't understand what happened.
Then have a sip of whiskey or a very large swig and explain it to me. whiskey first.
way.
And I'm like
And
give
he's
him like a
looking
little
at it,
tin glass, all in one, down
and he
in one.
looks really confused, and it takes him. He's like muttering. He's stumbling. He's
Yeah.
in shock. He's
Yeah,
in. You
which
don't
is
have
why
to have a.
whiskey will help.
And it is at this moment, as he fumbles with the cap on the whiskey flask,
Yeah.
that Violet and R enter the room.
What do I see when I come in? Like what assessment of the situation do I get when I step through these doors?
Okay, you walk in. Thompson is leaning up against the wall, smoking a small brown cigar, and he tilts his chin at you. Past him, in the middle of the room, sitting on his butt, is a hyperventilating Dr. Vic fumbling with the captain's whiskey flask.
Yeah, I'll pour it like the little tin cups that like you can spray on the top. Yeah.
So, you don't hand it to him. You give him a cup.
I'd give him a little tin cup so he can.
We're
it's
not
a little
spilling the main
easier.
bottle. Come on now.
He's
No, we're
holding
not
it
spilling
like
the
a
main.
child.
Yeah.
He's like trying to get it to his lips. It's
And I'm
the
just like,
saddest thing
and
you've
I'm
ever
doing
seen.
like the back rub, like to help calm down. Yeah, there. Sorry. Deep breaths.
He's played by David Krumholtz, by the way, from anyway, a lot of great movies. And the point is that so then you look to your behind Dr. Vic is a weirdo strapped to a chair. I think he's naked.
Yeah, I think he was, or like shreds of clothing, if
He's like-
anything.
He's
Mostly
a
naked.
mess. He's a walking. He's not like walking corpse like zombie, but he's a horrifying, malnourished space misfit, zip tied to a chair. And he's looking around the room in a daze and shuffling and mumbling. And then to the left of the room, you see a badly damaged console in the middle of the room, this sort of U-shaped command console. And there's monitors all over the room that are dead. This is very obviously some sort of control room. There's all sorts of cabling and screens, powered down screens all over the room. And Granger is standing over this woman with a shock of burned black hair. Half of it has been burned away. She is mostly covered in tattoos and piercings, but she looks like you and are. And she is sitting zip tied to a chair facing straight ahead with a gun to her head held by Granger. And that's what you see.
Okay. I think Violet's main focus is gonna be Granger and this woman. So she kind of bypasses everybody else, and I'll let go of R because I don't know what R wants to do in this moment. So like as we enter this room, I'll let go of her arm, kind of thing. And I'm gonna head over to Granger and this woman, just kind of acknowledge McKeelson, but not really say anything to them. Is this her? I'm assuming she somewhat looks like us.
Yep. She tried to kill me.
Did she? Interesting.
I mean, I asked before I did anything, I didn't want to cross any lines.
I appreciate it. Violet's gonna shift so she's standing in front of this woman. And I wanna she's sitting, right? You said she was sitting, she's zip tied to a chair. I wanna kinda like crouch down so we're level. And I just wanna get like a read of her. I wanna like what's her I'm assuming she's not happy. What's her disposition? Does she react? I know she's seen me before, but now that I'm noticing her, is
I'm
there
not
any
this
type
close.
of reaction? Yeah.
Well, as you step forward, your toe steps in a pool of white liquid. pooling on the floor at her feet because most of her leg has been shot off.
Right.
And
okay.
there's white milk all over the floor. And she's
drink it.
dripping.
Do
Forbidden
I-
for milk.
Do I bleed? Do I know what's inside of me?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
Because I don't think I've ever bled before.
gosh, Becky, that's a good question. And well, you wouldn't bleed white because you're a Tyrell replicant.
Okay, so she's not one of us. That's
You're
what that
more
tells
human
me,
than human.
essentially.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So she's not. I know immediately, seeing that she is not us. She is not part of the we. With that knowledge, how pressed for answers is Violet in this moment? I don't think she's super pressed yet. She will be, but not yet. So
as you're looking at her, Granger kind of gets your attention, kind of like, and he's like, kind of shakes the gun by her head. Like, do you want me to keep pointing at her head here?
just a moment.
Okay.
I definitely don't think it's bad to have that preemptively, but
How
just a
trigger
moment.
happy you want me to be?
Just a moment.
Fair enough.
And now addressing the synthetic.
I'll move.
Do you have a name?
I'm Valentina.
Hi, I'm Violet.
Hi, Violet.
Well, what are you doing here?
I don't know how to answer that question. I'm keeping these people alive, is what I'm doing here.
Okay. How are you doing that?
I keep what's inside them asleep. Because
With those
the lady
cakes?
asked. Yes.
Okay.
And she bites her lip and looks straight ahead.
Did Rebecca ask you to do that?
Yep.
What do you know about Rebecca?
After January burned down, we all fled to Imperia. We met her, all of us, in this, it's like a bar, but it was really just a shack where people drank.
Remember?
She talked a lot. And we all needed somebody. And she needed somebody too. She needed somebody to look like her. She ran out of people that looked like her. She needed someone else that looked like her. So they cut me to look like her. And that's why I'm here. That's how I have these things. We're all supposed to be dead. These people, they're very sick. Like, dangerously sick. And if you don't let me go, keep them asleep, you'll all be dead within 16 hours.
Okay. I motion for Granger to put his gun down.
Kind of smirks and backs away, but his gun is still in his hand.
Yeah. I assumed you wouldn't put it away, but it doesn't need to be against her head right now.
Mm-hmm.
What What happened to Imperia Station? Why'd you guys leave?
She knew where she was going by then. She knew where she had to go. I don't want to talk about that. She said a lot of things about what she was going to go do. I didn't understand a word of it. And it scared me. I don't get scared. What she said she wanted to do, I don't want to talk about it. You shouldn't want to talk about it. She should just go. She left behind a lot of sick people that she could have helped and left me behind to watch them and left those 3 creeps to ride herd on all of us. And they lied. I can't call it a kidnapping because she told us all to come here. Said there was food. Said there was someplace we could hide where nobody would find us. I think she sent us here to die. I don't know why you're here. But you'll be dead if you stay.
Sorry, I muted myself. Can I get a read on her? I want to, like, is she lying to me? Is she telling the truth?
Ooh. Let's roll. You know what? I don't even think we need to roll. I think you can tell she's telling the truth.
Okay.
As much
Okay.
of as much as a company synthetic, as much as a company synthetic could ever appear shaken in their way, troubled.
Yeah, she said she was scared, and we don't get scared. They don't get scared.
Right.
Did you want this? And I like gesture to her visage that she's like, because she looks like Rebecca. Did you have a choice?
I did. I did this willingly. They love her. Like they love her. But you don't understand what happened. They like love her. They'll do anything.
I see how they, and I just kind of like glance over at R. I see how they react to her.
And R is standing there with her arms folded, listening very carefully.
Yeah. Do I know if company synthetics have like default recording?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So like anything she has ever heard, she has a recording of.
Dude, they do that in Alien 3. That's why she goes and digs Hudson out of the Bishop out of the trash and hooks Bishop back up so that she can ask him about what happened on the wreck. So yeah, that's the whole deal is that you could plug her, she remembers.
She remembers. Okay.
For our Alien 3 fans out there. Sorry, go ahead, Becky.
I've seen Alien 3 like twice. It's my least watched Alien movie.
Okay, it's okay.
Not super familiar with that one. I don't want to forcefully take this recording of all the things Rebecca told her from her. I don't think Violet would be okay with that. I know you don't want to talk about the things Rebecca told you. What if you didn't have to talk?
She's looking straight ahead, looking hard in your eyes. She takes a breath, and your radio squawks. And you hear Dr. Lynn say, all open channels, this is Dr. Lynn on the shuttle. Can I get a location on Violet and the other Violet?
Wow. She has a name.
The other, yes, the other woman, both of you.
Why?
I was prepared to administer tests. They were experiencing some sort of malaise. I'm ready to perform these tests up on the shuttle. Could Violet and her colleague please report to the shuttle at once?
Great, keep you posted. And then I like lift off the motor and go, don't do that anytime soon. Or at all.
Yeah, Dr. Lin was in the shuttle when we got the headaches, and
He's creepy. I don't trust him. No.
I don't. Yeah.
But carry on. Sorry. And I keep rubbing Dr. Vic's back. Like,
I don't think I want him
trying
doing
to get him to
tests on
calm
us.
down.
Yeah.
She looks you right in the eye and she goes, "You do what you got to do." And then she looks at Granger, and then back at you.
Mhm. Where's her leg? Where's the other part of her leg?
In the other room. In the egg.
In the egg.
Probably.
Okay.
I don't think Granger brought it with.
We have a marine
It's missing
with
a
us.
good bit of it, though.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez, the
Oh,
music.
sorry. That's pretty exciting. Sorry about
Scared
that.
me. I was like, oh god, I ask about a leg and a box comes in.
It was then they found the leg. Sorry.
And when she looked over at Granger and took that glance, his gun went straight back up, right at her, like it was time to pull the trigger.
Valentina closes her eyes.
Violet just makes eye contact with Granger. Is like, doesn't say anything, just shakes her head.
He sighs, just like puts the gun down by his side. It's not you that's gonna have to get beat up for this. She's coming after me. And the fuck if I know why.
We have a marine in here with us, right?
You do.
Yeah, we'd have Ashley.
Thompson?
Thompson would have gone with Brewer
and
because it's the buddy
Ashley
system. Ashley and Strong Blossom would be
Strong
here.
Blossom came with.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I asked one of them to go retrieve Valentina.
Ashley,
Valentina's leg.
go follow Brewer and Thompson to go get a leg. This is just Strong Blossom.
I'm very good with technology. I feel like I could.
I'd be a couple inches shorter, but you know.
Repair her leg. I don't want to make you do anything you don't want to do. So if you're not willing to talk, that's totally fine. That's your choice. You're not gonna die by our hand. And I look at Granger.
Unless provoked.
At the moment.
No promises.
He's one of them, you know.
Oh, I know. I'm well aware of what he is.
You do what you got to do. The things she said, to say them out loud. You'll all be dead before I'm done.
Can I have your recording of them?
Yes.
Thank you.
And she turns her head, because if I recall, you got to play a thing
Yeah.
behind their
Yeah.
ear.
Yeah.
It goes in there.
I don't have my visor.
You have a
R
pad.
has it. I do have I have a data pad. So I will, with her permission, plug that in and download what she gives me.
Cool. As that's happening, R turns her head. She's wearing the goggles, right? She's wearing your visor.
She's got
Yeah,
the
turns
she has
her-
my visor.
She turns her head and tilts her chin to look down at the floor, and through the, the visor is now glowing. And we cut to Brewer, who steps
Alright.
into the egg chamber
Oop.
with Thompson. King has walked up to Vernon's corpse and is shining a flashlight on it.
Limited
and he's-
target area.
Yeah, the smart thing to do would be just light the corpse on fire, but the thematic thing to do is to have a closer look. So we'll go
Damn
have
it.
a closer look.
This is how you get face huggers. I'm just saying. This is how you get ganked.
It's got plot armor. What are you talking about? It's fine.
We do not have plot armor. That is one thing we do not have.
We do have story points, though.
We do, which is not plot armor.
But I go up to King and say, "Is this the moving corpse?"
Yeah, look at him. He's weird. Look at him. Does he look different to you than he did? What's your light at his leg right there? His
Yeah, I
arm.
just-
You see his arm?
It's the light from the incinerator. I kind of bring closer to.
I mean, he was pale before he shot him, but now he's like real pale.
That's different.
I mean, I even think, and he leans down to get a really close look. You know,
I don't think you should touch him, man.
I even think it's like changing.
Changing.
Look at him. He's getting grayer. Oh shit!
Step away, King.
And he like backs up.
I do too.
And he goes like, "What?" And then Vernon gives a mighty lurch, and it's from his spine. It's as if his spine had its own inertia and its own power and its own motor drive. And his spine across his back, from his tailbone to the back of his head, goes rah.
That ain't normal. Spines aren't supposed to do that.
That's what fire's for.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you see that you just burn.
Yeah, I light it on fire now.
Okay. All right, you light him on fire. Okay.
What? I don't. You know what? Science ain't my thing.
All right, so you're roasting him.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we'll come back to that.
Fisher at
And
the
the
door.
light lights up. Soon as you hit that flamethrower, light fills the chamber. Now, the xenomorph is downstairs, not in
Yep.
the room.
Yep.
Pretty much everyone else is asleep. Fellows turns his head. Mr. Tattoo looks at you,
He sees
And-
the twitching. He sees the.
sees the twitching, cinches up. You probably don't notice. He cinches up the case and begins to back out of the room.
Mm.
And he starts making his way behind you,
Okay.
That's what Thompson and
he-
Ashley are for.
gets right between Fellows and Thompson, and is like, he sees Thompson in the doorway, and he's like, "Oh, hey."
Hey,
And
buddy.
he does that as you're burning him, and we'll cut as you put this, you know what, you're giving it a big 5 Mississippi, right?
Probably
10,
long.
20 Mississippi?
I just do it until I know it's not moving no more.
Okay.
Can you imagine the smell of that? Like,
Better than the smell of everybody dying.
So, while all that's happening, and flames are shooting out of the thing. Oh, I'm like drawing. That's weird. You hear Fisher over the radio. He goes, "I think I got the door." And Blaze, you see as Fisher basically is worked like a Slim Jim he keeps with him. He just pops this whole thing from the bottom.
Fisher's a hot lady.
Fisher's a hot. Oh, Fisher was the hot lady.
Yeah, because she was partnered up with Blaze.
That's right. I remember Fisher now. I have a crush on
Hot
Fisher.
blonde.
All right, she's
Blaze is staring at her butt while she jimmies the door.
she's.
Oh, sorry, eyes on the mission. Eyes on the mission.
It's 97. Okay, where the rules? Things were a little different then. She's got like a Slim Jim. She pops the door. She gets it with one foot, kicks it open, puts one foot in, and waves her pulse rifle around. Blaze, what do? You stick your head in there? What do?
Yep, he comes behind her, grabs his arm on the shoulder, and he leans in and looks too. What do we got?
You are in a small lab with machines and wiring all over the walls. On one wall is a tube, and on the other wall is another tube just like it. Both of them contain people that look like Violet.
Oh, fuck. Captain.
How many of these guys?
Yeah, Blaze, everything good? All right.
You think they make them in a factory or something?
Yeah, we just found look, it's like we're looking at like clones or something here. We found two tubes in a room. Looks
Do you hear clones come in tubes?
What?
Is that not how that works? Carry on.
Pause. Like, do clones actually come in? Do they have clones in the Aliens universe, or is it just androids? Like human clones, or is it just androids being made over and over again?
Human cloning, I think, is, I'm not going to go jump to the lore, but if they cloned a sheep, 30 years ago, obviously human cloning is a thing. I think part of the deal with the synthetics is that cloning a person is a waste of time. Because a person can't do the things that a synthetic can do. They do it better, they do it faster, they understand it more, and the clone would not be as valuable as a synthetic organism.
Makes sense. Okay. Well, it looks like we're looking at copies here, Captain, of Violet? Question mark?
Human?
Unknown.
Life readings? Cool, great.
Y'all may want to come down here and look at this.
Yeah, probably will, right after Brewer gets back.
Alright, I'm gonna leave Heston here on this. We're gonna keep pressing on.
Leave Kennedy.
Leave Kennedy? Alright,
Yeah.
I'll leave Kennedy.
Now you have a flamethrower with you.
Alright.
Yeah.
Gonna leave that be then for now.
Kennedy gets up to the glass and gets a look.
Don't touch. Nobody touch nothing.
Kennedy's smart enough not to push buttons.
One,
That's another reason. I'm like, Cassidy might go, ooh, shiny, and push something.
And I mean, there's just two naked women, two naked Violets, and it's like resurrection. They got their arms like this. They're sleeping like, newborn babies in there. But they're full-grown women in these vertical tubes, held in stasis in some sort of fluid. And Kennedy, you say nobody touched nothing. Kennedy gets real close to the glass and goes, "Oh, she's so pretty." And,
I mean it.
All right, I'd have to get her out of there first. All right, I'll hang out here. Y'all are always leaving me.
So there are two
Violet
clones. Because it's my understanding that Rachel and Rebecca look like each other. Iris and I look like each other.
I'm sorry, I'm screwing this up. They look like R. I'm screwing this up.
Oh,
they look
R,
like
Rebecca.
They don't look.
Okay. Because
like
me and R
Okay.
look similar, but not the
So,
same.
all right, he braided that obviously.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But in the lighting, in all fairness, how could you tell
That's
without
true. It
looks-
actually
yeah.
telling?
Looks pretty close. Violet R, yeah.
Because the deal is that Rebecca looks like Rachel from Blade Runner,
Yeah.
Sean Young,
Mhm.
and you and Dr. Iris look like a different woman, but you're identical.
Identical, correct? Yeah, and we're all
Right.
similar, but not like we could be related. But
You could be related, and you're two sets of twins, two
Yeah.
sets of twins that look different from one another. But
yeah,
Rebecca is identical to Sean Young in Blade Runner with a
Mhm.
different haircut. And yes. And Iris had a baby, like Rachel had a baby.
Yeah.
And there's, okay, so just for the folks at home keeping score. So these are two Rebecca clones, you would think, floating in fluid in this room. Ugh. All right. We'll go back and fix that on the VOD, Lindy.
Oh.
All right. So
I'm sorry, Shiny Pilot. You don't like Alien Resurrection?
Nah, I'm not a big fan of that one.
Rude. Sorry.
it's a complicated subject, Becky.
I love Alien Resurrection. You're wrong.
Too French.
Anyway, sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt. Just game chat.
Tell the man he's wrong on the live stream. Good gracious. Never seen anything like it. We'll be right back with more. We'll talk to Michael
Sorry,
for a second.
worst
Mike, you
Aliens
okay?
movie that existed.
Whoa now. Whoa now.
At the time, I wouldn't have disagreed with him, frankly. Anyway, it's not the point. City of Lost Children. Check it out. Point is, that guy did make a good movie. The point is that, oh, and Amelie, right? Delicatessen? I'll be right back. Anyway, the point is that, Blaze, what are you doing now as you leave Kennedy in the room?
Pushing up. Keep slowly
Okay.
checking the rest of these corridors. So next circular room, where some face huggers can get us. It's fine.
It's another vertical, shaft, lots of gear above your head. And then it closes off into a narrow hallway going off to the east. And you've got
connecting
this
back
space
to
going up to the north, and there's a door.
Junction up ahead again. All right. Fisher, hold this junction. Let me peek what's up ahead. Come on, Heston.
All right.
Peek the corner here. What do we got?
Go to this door. The door's hanging open.
Again, hanging open.
It looks like an office area. There are desks around the perimeter of the room. There are like dust spots where clearly there used to be computers or some sort of devices around the room to work on that are not here.
Okay.
And
So the room's been rated of what it used to be. It's been changed.
yes, and is otherwise empty and septic, sort of, I guess is maybe the word I'm looking for, as the locker area.
All right. Dead end. Back we go. Come on, Aston. All right. We got a dead room back there, Fisher. Let's keep going forward.
All right. So you come halfway down this hallway. The ceiling goes low again. And you come to a door. And the door is closed.
All right. Closed door. Boop. Boop. Blaze gets up near the door. Looks at the control console. Is it showing lock status? Is it unlocked?
It is unlocked. And there is a window in the door. And you can kind
Ooh.
of see in.
Oh, shit. Okay, he looks in the window cautiously, a little shoulder light, trying to shine it in. What the hell is he seeing?
Medical equipment.
Looks like a lab. All right, ready? On 1, 2, 3. Boop. He bops the button, opens the door. What do we see? Anything
You
inside
empty into the room.
area?
Flashlight beams go in all directions. It is a fully equipped med bay with a surgeon's table and cabinetry, and everything is powered down.
Captain, on the radio. Captain, this is Blaze.
Yeah.
Found a medical bay down here. A couple other abandoned rooms, or, well, less kempt rooms, but med bay seems intact, powered down. You guys on way down here?
As soon as Brewer gets back.
Alright. Well, we're not going to touch anything in here. We're almost done with our sweep. We'll be waiting for you at the intersection.
Great. As long as there's no movement, we think we're alright.
There we go, then. Not touching shit.
FYI, beware the spines of dead men.
Does that come in on the comms?
Does it become spines of dead men?
That's general comms.
I feel like you follow that with like, and the Ides of March.
Hello, little ones. Beware the spines of dead men. That's not creepy at all. Alright. We'll go back out of that room, then leave it open in B, and we'll finish our sweep around this corner to connect the rest of the dead area here in the hallway.
Boop. Now all the
Alright.
hallways have been
It's
checked.
it's another network going above your head, and you can see that the hallway goes down and reconnects with the other hallway.
Okay. We'll take that corridor back down and around then, and we'll just work our way back.
Okay.
I'll go check in on Kennedy too with them at the junction, make sure she hasn't touched anything on these clones, and try and figure out what the heck, man. Look for vitals, just basic information.
Meanwhile, Brewer is dumping fire on Vernon's corpse. Now, you eventually stop doing this, yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, yeah. I assume he stops moving.
He stops
Hopefully.
moving.
Okay, then I stop.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
he's laying there. He's burning, and all of his clothes are burning, and you just exploded in little green fire.
I was
And,
Whoa!
I was trying to get like the. There we go.
oh,
Not
look at
that
this.
way.
All kinds of crazy
This
shit's
way.
going on
There you
there.
go. There you go.
Woo!
There
Oh,
it
that's
is.
fun.
I did it.
Yeah.
This is
Trying to
effects.
get
We spent
the-
a lot of money on that, by the way, folks. That was industrial light and magic.
Hell yeah.
About $1 million shot right there. So spared no expense, folks. Spared no expense. So he's just burning,
Yeah.
and
Good.
it looks like he's gonna go on burning for a little while.
I look around the room. Are there any more corpses?
They're
Besides Shillingford.
No.
I think we've already
besides
incinerated most of them.
Shillingford-
Yeah.
Well, there's 2 corpses way up here. Didn't these 2 guys die?
Yes.
The
Okay.
alien tore them apart, right?
Yeah. I don't think they can come out because they got shredded.
Okay. I'm
I
just.
think we burned them just in case too.
I just
We've,
wanna-
we've torched pretty much everything that's died except this guy.
I'll just take a quick walk around the room and make sure nothing else needs to be burned.
I love
And-
that.
And then I'll call the captain and say, "Do we put Shillingford to the fire?"
I don't think he was infected, but if that fucker moves even a centimeter, absolutely.
Do you want me to keep watch on him? I'm.
You know what? Cremation's an acceptable form of burial. Why not? Yeah.
All right. I just.
Is that on open channels?
I think that's a direct channel to Brewer.
Okay, now really quick for the scorecard here, Shillingford handed a drive to, or had it on him.
Had it on
and
him. We
that's
got it
with
off.
Violet now, right?
Yes.
Violet has it.
We
know
raided
what?
the heck out of it. We checked everything but his butthole.
Just to make sure, I check his pockets.
There you go.
Okay, there's nothing in his pockets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he might have information on him.
Everything but the prison pocket we checked.
Alright.
There's one of those things that fixes golf courses, you know, when you tear the rough up, you know, and you got to kind of push it back in with a little fork.
Okay.
It's got his name on it.
I hate this guy so much.
Well, you know what? Yeah, I'll take that. Ha. And then,
Okay, so you stand over Shillingford.
yeah.
Is that's before you decide to take a walk around the room?
After.
Well, I
Like
think
the
that's going to be
circle
after.
After. Okay.
Yeah, I think I was going to circle back around, and then I kind of asked her about that.
Okay, so you've taken your circle around, and you've frisked Shillingford's corpse one more time, and you are turning to roast it.
Yeah, turn
Okay.
to roast it.
All right, we'll put a pin
All
in
right,
that.
all right. My fullest intent is to roast him unless something weird happens. But if something weird happens with him, it is definitely my intent to roast him.
Okay.
Roast with intent.
There. You know my motivation.
I don't think Mr. Tattoo would get by Thompson and Ashley. They don't like. We're not supposed to let anybody to leave this room. They're basically prisoners.
Yeah, Thompson's pointing a gun at Mr. Tattoo, and you can tell they're talking. And Brewer, as you turn, you can as you turn to roast Shillingford, you can hear Mr. Tattoo's voice starting to get a little loud with Thompson over here by the door.
Okay. Oh, that'll distract me. Definitely.
Okay. All right. We'll put a pin right there. Right before you're about to roast him. You're about to be distracted by Mr. Tattoo and the thing. All right. So meanwhile, R continues to have her chin tilted toward the ground, looking at the visor.
Just watching with X-ray vision at the control room below, probably.
So, Becky, tell me a little bit about your control over the Remington and what countermeasures you took in the prior games. Because when you last left them, the other two Lynn triplets, Doctors Lynn, were playing chess up on the Remington. Do they have unfettered access to the Remington?
Absolutely not.
As far as coming and going in the room?
No,
not in the room, but through the hallways and doors.
Through the hallways, right. No, so they would have access to their quarters, and like whatever, like, common living room.
Yeah, the mess hall, yeah.
Okay.
I would not let them. And one of the xenomorphs is like in the ceiling of the ship, shadowing them, like watching them, because I want to have eyes on them. And then the second is just in the med bay with the comatose Burkhalter. Excuse me, Burkhalter, I think is his name.
Oh, right.
Countermeasures with, or like the Remington is totally locked out. Nobody has access to it but me, because I had some insane contact
Not even
rolls.
we have access.
Yeah, not even the captain. Yeah, not even the captain of the Remington has access to the Remington. And currently it is running as silent as it can, and it is facing that incoming ship.
Okay. So, as you take a breath to do whatever you're going to do next, your radio squawks again, and you hear Dr. Lynn. This is Dr. Lynn up in the shuttle. Do we have a location on Violet and her colleague?
I think Violet answers this time, because I do have my own radio. I'm in the egg.
Okay. Oh, great. I'm glad. Could you? He doesn't stutter like I'm stuttering. He answers very cleanly and very crisply back at you.
Weirdly and humanly, almost.
Just very professionally. Professionally.
Sure.
Succinctly. He replies, I have tests to administer on yourself and your colleague. Should I administer these tests up on the medbay in the shuttle, or should I come to the medbay upstairs in the egg?
How does he know there's...
Yeah, because I don't think... Where did that communication go? That was from Blaze to McKeelson?
He was reporting in the captain.
Okay. I've got a lot going on right now. I think tests are the least of our problems at the moment. Those can wait. till later.
It's crucial that I examine you at the nearest possible opportunity.
Why? Is this a direct line between him and I? Or
No,
is this
it's
broadband?
open channels. He's just talking to
Okay.
everybody. He's on the radio.
Okay. Why?
I'm concerned about your health and well-being. And company orders dictate that if there's any malaise or physical discomfort, or if anyone is lightheaded or it seems to me that they should be examined. I'm sure you would agree.
I don't think that Violet likes being reminded that she's technically company property. I can run my own medical diagnostics. Thank you very much. I'm perfectly capable of doing that. As I said, there are more pressing matters at the moment. That can wait.
As acting medic, I'll give Violet a look over. I'll chime in. I'm technically a medical professional, capable of administering tests.
And
I'm not gonna do them.
Not a reply. There is not a reply on the radio.
Yep.
Granger, Violet, what happens next in this room after Dr. Lin goes quiet?
I think Violet just kind of like looks at McHilson and shrugs.
Well, if we don't hear about it, I'm gonna check in and chow in about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Granger, you said there was a data pad?
Yeah, here. Hands it over.
I will take that. Excuse me. Am I able to get my download? Do I need to make a contact roll to get
Yes.
Valentina's? Okay.
Let's do that.
To see how long it takes me. Or if I'm even able to. Comtech, which is a 50.
It's ridiculous.
Like
Yeah.
22.
Oh, 1 success and 2 stresses.
A lot of not sixes and a lot of dice.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
1 6 out of 22 dice, if not more.
So, you engage her memory.
Mhm.
Excuse me. And you pull down a pretty tremendous amount of data. It takes a few minutes. Are you doing the data pad at the same time?
I think so. Once I get that process going of downloading that data from Valentina, I would, since I've got the data pad in my other hand, I would start reading that.
Okay. So, for the first time, Violet starts to get a clear picture of who this woman is, what she sounds like when she talks, what it looks like when she holds court in a room. Rebecca was the sharpest, toughest, meanest, and most successful Weyland-Yutani executive that they ever had. She was ruthless and merciless in her manner and in her dealings, and in the memories that Valentina has of her, she is low. She is in, I like to think of her, she looks like the lead singer of Roxette. A lot of leather shock of like white hair coming out of her head, like right up, and she just looks like a 80s Scandinavian goddess. And she's talking to this room full of people, and she's telling them about this thing she's seen that she can't explain, but that will change everything. And she's telling them about the Star Beast and about a power on another world. She's telling them about where she has to go. No one will ever find her. No one knows what this is supposed to be, and the company wouldn't let her do what she wanted to do. And so she explains to them that she needs their help to cover her escape off to this world, and then she will call them when it's time, and that they need to go to this egg and they need to wait there, and they'll see her again. And when they see her again, they'll know that it's time. And it's confusing for them. How can she be in so many places at once? How can she go to the other side of the galaxy, the other side of the universe, and also meet them at the egg? But these aren't normal people. They're malnourished and traumatized and sick and barely escaped a mass killing. And in their weakness, they submit to whatever she needs. It is not clear by Valentina's memories when these people were infected, but it is clear that Rebecca gave her the means to keep whatever is inside them pacified and explained to her what she had to do. And what she had to do was make cakes out of royal jelly to keep these these XX121s asleep in their chests. And if they don't take this every 12 hours, they will advance. And there's only, and you also know from Valentina's memories that there is a finite supply of this. It won't last forever. There's a lot of it because a trace amount of it in these little biscuits is enough to keep it asleep.
Mm-hmm.
But it won't last forever. And you're seeing her memories of this case and all these little discs laid in perfect groups in this valise that seems to be exactly the sort of thing one might carry around if one were shepherding a large group of people who were awake and infected at the same time. And they were already religious. They were already in a religious furor over the Star Beast book that's available now, right, to the galaxy, and all these rumors of this horror from the depths of space that may be a powerful god that is here to set them all free. And Rebecca it was obvious to Valentina, who was not a sick person, not a sick human, but a sleeper company synthetic that was likely reprogrammed, it would seem to you, and then cut to look like Rebecca to cover her escape. It is obvious to Valentina that these people were vulnerable.
Yeah. Taken advantage of. Okay.
And as much as a synthetic can have empathy for a group of people, you have found that Valentina has that in her way.
For them. Okay. With my roll, I got 2 stresses. So two panics. So do I take a stress or do I take 2 stresses?
Well, we decided that you do get stress.
I do, because I'm a
Nexus
replicant.
6.
Yeah, 7.
So I think you take the 2 stresses.
Okay. I'm at 7 stress. I'll roll on the stress dice if you want me to, but I think I know how Violet reacts to this, and it's not good.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, so Violet processes all of this and sees what Rebecca has done, sees that she has taken advantage of people who were at their most vulnerable, sees that Rebecca's the reason why the company knows about the XX121, about the Star Beast, sees all this shit that she's done, and Violet thought that Rebecca was one of the good ones, like one of the like in her mind, Rebecca was a good guy, like someone that she was trying to find, her sister, to have that connection, something like, and all of a sudden, through the eyes of a synthetic that she feels, she's seen it, she knows what happened, she saw Valentina live these moments. I think Violet, because she's crouched in front of Valentina, slowly stands up and turns to R. Did you fucking know?
No, what?
Did you know what Rebecca has done
No.
to these people?
No.
Do I believe her?
I don't know. Do you believe her?
I don't think she does. But oh, Nugget, here. Oh,
I mean,
sorry.
if she detects doubt on your face that you don't, you guys she gives you a long, she takes your glasses off
Yeah.
and gives you a long look.
I think because I'm technically panicking. So I think there's a moment where Granger, you probably recognize, because you know
Granger's already moved.
replicants.
He's already rotated around he saw you getting angry and he moved to put Valentina between him and you, and to keep an eye on R. And he's just like, okay, this is the worst place for me to be right now.
Yeah. I think there's a moment where Granger, because we're familiar, Granger can tell that Violet is almost, because I'm some pretty high stress right now, is almost at that point where when Nexuses get old, their emotions break down. I think this is that first hint of that in Violet. That first hint of that rage that the Nexuses, the replicants got in like Blade Runner.
Yeah.
But she reels it in. There's a split second where
There's
you
like
think
a
maybe
moment where
she
there's
won't.
a tremble. Yeah.
Yeah. And then is this a door over here? Is this another room?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Goodbye, door.
I maintain that contact with R. I have that moment, and then the doubt leaves. Like I don't think after we have that stare down, I don't think that she knew, right? Violet's gonna go into this room.
Just scream. Just close the door and scream.
No, she's gonna smash the shit out of anything. Like she's gonna use all of her strength.
Isn't there a burnt corpse in there too?
There's a burnt corpse in there. Yeah.
Probably.
Okay.
I'm gonna avoid that. But like any equipment in here.
Yeah, because we're fixing up the equipment in this room, not in this room. So yeah.
Gets absolutely fucking smashed to smithereens. And I think Violet has her first hint of a Nexus breakdown.
As this is happening, R backs out of the room and passes Strong Blossom and leaves the room and takes the visor with her. Blaze, you and Kennedy are standing in between two sleeping Rebeccas. And Kennedy is very distracted.
She is.
Blaze is going to start looking at Kennedy while Kennedy's distracted. She's just watching her.
He like sees you looking at her and like, what?
What do you mean, what?
What?
You what?
What? How can you blame me?
No.
Okay, what are we doing? Because as much as I love this, you know,
we're waiting for the captain to come down here and look at these because I swear that's Violet. But maybe it's not. I can't quite tell.
it doesn't look like Violet. It looks like R.
So closer light we can tell now? Okay.
Yeah, now you can tell. Yeah.
All right. Well, looks like R.
Kennedy's been studying him. I think she knows.
Kennedy's been checking out.
Oh, okay.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Kennedy's
Yes,
been checking them out, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, we need the captain down here to look at this. Found some doctor's medical station, whatever, up ahead, but empty rooms otherwise.
yeah?
It's empty. Yeah.
Empty? Oh, the med bay's got the good stuff. You have to tell the captain.
Good
Really?
stuff.
Which way?
Hey, whoa,
Over there?
whoa. What are you thinking, good stuff?
All right. What do you mean? What do I mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
That's where they keep. That's where they keep it. That's where they keep the good stuff, man. Decommissioned space station on the edge of space with an empty med bay. What do you? It must be my birthday.
Kennedy, no, we're not taking anything out of there.
Me and the captain are gonna have a party. You're gonna miss out.
It's fine. Plus, I mean,
So,
I got more important
buzzkill.
things to look at as he looks down the hallway towards Fisher.
Who's your buzzkill? Commander Buzzkill over here. All right, so
Yeah.
you look down. Heston and Fisher are looking at you. Heston is the animal from the Muppets, right? Sorry, go
Yes.
ahead.
Yes.
Okay.
That is in the notes.
That's right.
No, it's just if they make eye contact, they'll be like, "Any son of the captain yet?"
They shake their heads. Okay. So you stay and wait?
I mean, if we haven't heard anybody coming by yet, I guess so. I'm trying to think of what they would do here. Let me think. He'd probably just check in on the comms first. Captain, do you want me to come back to you guys? Is
In
everything
2
okay?
minutes.
Yeah.
It doesn't say that on the comms, but just out loud.
Okay, well then we'll wait here.
We'll just
Sure.
go,
And if the time passage is short enough, then yeah. I mean, if we don't
Because this is
hear
all
back
kind
from
of
you in a while,
happening
get Nancy.
simultaneously, so
Right.
yeah.
Okay, we'll just wait then.
Okay. So
We should be almost done.
what is
We
the
hope.
cap? Let's catch up with the captain. So
Oh,
what is the captain doing?
Waiting for. It's been a hot minute since Brewer's checked in. With aside from the ominous "beware of spines that move," beware of dead man's spines. Just gonna check in. Brewer, everything good?
In the current, so
Everything accounted for over there in the egg?
there's no issues as of now. As they kind of walk up towards the
Mr. Tattoo trying to leave.
yeah, Mr. Tattoo, you know.
Mr. Tattoo is telling Thompson he would like to leave the room. Thompson's like very politely explaining to him that he can't let him leave the room.
Hey, Mr. Tattoo, time to come back in here.
But I don't want to go back in there.
Too damn bad. Sorry. That's
Am I being detained? Am I being detained? Am I free to leave?
absolutely no.
No, right now you are being detained. Under some article I don't fucking know of.
Well, that's bullshit.
Man, I agree with you. And I grab him by the back of the neck and drag him in.
And he's like a 110-pound scraggly shithead holding a bag that's heavier than he is. And he stumbles in And I think do you really pull him by his neck?
Well, I pull it like by the back of his shirt, kind of. Is what I was
Okay.
planning on. Yeah.
Okay. I think when you do it, he trips on his untied boots and drops the case, and some cakes spill out.
Oh, he's trying to get all the cakes. Oh.
And he's like, he like drops and starts elbowing them back into the.
Okay.
Like, fuck.
Yeah.
Back in it.
Oh, man, okay. You got your tasty cakes. You can have it. I don't care. You can keep all those you want right now, as long as the captain says it's all right. But you got to stay in this room.
And he just didn't say anything. He keeps gathering these things back. Yeah.
All right.
Then,
Whatever. As long as he's distracted in the room, I don't care.
As long as he's busy looking up cake crumbs off the floor. Yeah.
And it's then when the light in the room shifts.
Oh.
Something's happening, Captain.
Strange shadows get thrown all of a sudden.
This has not happened before. This is out of the norm, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, Captain, something's happening in here.
Okay, on my way. I look at the synthetic Valentina, question marks, and then Violet's destroying stuff, see Dr. Vic and go, Dr. Vic, just sit down here for a minute. I'll be back, hopefully. Strong Blossom, you're with me. I think Ranger can handle what's going on in here. I'm gonna power walk. Granger said some shit's going on, and if Granger says some shit's going on,
I am Granger.
You know, you
I'm
made
sorry.
that
Yeah,
mistake
Brewer.
too.
Yeah.
Have you been drinking again? More than normal?
Not any more than usual. Sorry, it's been it feels like it's been 2 years since I've talked to you.
If I could advise the captain, please, I would suggest that perhaps we extricate ourselves to a hallway that leads to an elevator that gets us the fuck out of here.
I believe extricating to the hallway is not a bad idea. I'll extricate the doctor, and I'm gonna just grab Dr. Vic with me and be like, come on, Dr. Vic, we're gonna move rooms. Violet, we're moving to a hallway. I just called out so she hears. And then me and Strong Blossom's gonna help Dr. Vic, and we're just gonna boop, boop, boop. Strong Blossom can stay there. I'll go up with Ashley, and I'm jogging to the room, to the egg.
Okay. Tattoo is spilled out over here. He's kind of hiding over here, just futzing with this case. Fellows has moved up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm kind of just watching the egg. What is going on here?
When that light shifted, you heard King, not on the radio, but out loud, Brewer, go, he's moving.
Who's moving?
This is the big one. He's moving.
Big one.
Again?
I'm telling you, he moved.
That's...
More fire.
I just relight the incinerator.
And when you look back at him, because you're now a few feet away, you're across this is a big room.
Yeah.
You're now over here. When you turn back and you look at him, he's bigger than he was when you dumped fire on him a couple minutes ago.
How's that possible? That's not how what?
He's just larger.
That's not what.
More to burn.
Captain.
On the way. You hear down the hallway now, because I'm running up.
That's like, I don't think fire's working.
Well, let's work.
You know what? I pull out my grenade launcher.
Cool. Okay. So as you approach him and you pull out your grenade launcher, something explodes out of his back.
Oh,
and
no.
It's long and it's gray and it's got sharp barbs on one end of it.
I don't like that fire doesn't work. I don't like that.
And
King, get the fuck out of there.
And King
Oh,
takes
King's not gonna make it.
one kind of step back. So we're gonna do initiative.
We know King ain't making this. This
Actually,
is why we
Brewer
have
gets
NPCs.
to go first because you were alerted to it and just go.
Okay.
But before we actually start shooting this thing,
Yeah.
a couple of things that happened in that moment. R disappeared down this hallway.
Okay, probably to go back downstairs.
Looks like she's heading back downstairs. Granger, what are you doing?
As soon as McKilson exited, and things look like it's going pear-shaped, and Granger is more afraid of Violet than he's ever been at this point, and that's saying an awful damn lot. He is balancing survival versus fight or flight at this point. And so he steps into the hallway, and in his most non-violent, like non-emotional, just as passive voice as possible, is like, Miss Violet, something's going on, and I understand you're going through something right now, and I have experience in understanding a bit of what it might be, but I don't know how it really affects or deals with you, but I think we need to go.
When you come into this room,
I'm just in the doorway. I'm not stepping inside that room.
Okay. Well, the door is open. So
yeah, but I'm not stepping in the room. There's too much flying
Right.
glass and metal right now.
So when you do, she's standing in the middle of the room, hands on her hips, like chest heaving kind of thing. Like she's still angry, but the rage is gone. Everything's absolutely obliterated.
She looks like the little girl from Serenity at the end as she killed all the
Yeah,
freaking
River.
Reavers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she looks like right now.
That's what she looks like. And the moment you speak, her eyes snap to you in a very predatory kind of way.
He is as passive. His gun is in his holster at this point. It's the first time you've seen it put away this entire time. He's just like...
Yeah. And I think she's having a really hard time reconciling that in Valentina's eyes and in her memories, Rebecca's the bad guy.
At least the panic's over.
Yeah, the panic's over. So kind of reined in a bit. She tell me again, I'm sorry, what did Granger say?
Granger said, like, I know you're going through a lot. I might be able to help, but we need to get the fuck out of here. It's kind of the synopsis of what he said.
Okay. And I think she just kind of laughs. And it's just like a single, cold, slightly psychotic
You see Granger's face go white at that point.
Yeah.
And he doesn't make a move, but you see, like, you would see how tense he is at that moment.
Yeah.
Like, he is not making any aggressive moves, but he is as tense as you've ever seen him.
Yeah. And I think Violet recognizes that, and she doesn't like it. She doesn't want to make anyone afraid of her. So she reins it in, takes a deep breath, lets it out, and then lifts her hands up in like a surrender, like, I'm good kind of motion. Sorry.
They've got things moving that ain't supposed to be moving in the other room, and McKeelson's kind of freaked out.
Yeah, it's nothing new.
No, I think this is going to be new.
You're about to hear an explosion.
We gotta go. What do you want to do with her?
She's helping these people. Let her go. I won't let her touch you.
Can I just step away and you let her go? She's already tried to kill me once.
And I think Violet laughs, like her normal laugh, this time a little bit, and she nods.
Okay.
and she'll take a step towards you and kind of judge your reaction. Like if you're still like looking afraid of her, she'll stop.
At that moment, he feels like you've kind of got everything under control at this point. To a point, you know, it's a roller coaster of stuff right now. But
Oh yeah, 1,000%.
he's at that point after you started reacting and conversing with him, and it looks like you've got yourself under control. He's like, you see him relax, like you would notice. He still looks tense because it's a shit's
Tense
going
situation.
down.
Yeah.
But he doesn't look like he's about ready to run from you.
Okay,
So-
then she'll continue walking forward and
Yep,
essentially
he'll just
gesture.
back out and let you through so you can get to Valentina.
I'm gonna
Okay.
go to Valentina. I'll wait for Hank to move. Sorry.
Yeah,
So,
He's
Yeah.
in the corner.
so Granger was in the doorway of the chamber, right, with
Mhm.
these
Yeah,
now
right there.
destroyed equipment. Violet was in the chamber looking back at him.
Mhm.
Granger, when you turn, and Violet, you didn't see it because it's right behind Granger. When you turn, Dr. Lin is standing there,
Oh, fucking Christ.
and he has a lit flashlight. He has a small lit flashlight in his mouth, and he has a medical kit and a data pad under one arm. And as soon as you two turn like a ghost, he's right behind you,
Gee,
Behind
God.
Granger or Violet?
behind
Granger.
Granger.
Okay.
Hi, Dr. Lin.
Hello. It seems to me that now would be the excellent time to perform a series of brief tests to assess your mental stability.
At the moment he saw Lynn, Granger has his gun in his hand, the PKD. And as soon as he says now is the perfect time to do a series of tests, the gun goes up to the chin and goes, "We'll talk about this on the ship. Back away."
Not a good time.
And he looks you really hard.
Oh, and Granger, just because Granger thinks this is a synthetic and he's
Absolutely.
been wanting to kill this motherfucker for a
yeah.
long time.
I'm
We're all
gonna
so
put
sus
my
about him.
hand on Granger's shoulder. Like, it's okay if he really wants to run a test.
Miss Violet,
It-
we don't have time for bullshit.
I agree. He says it's gonna be quick. Let's just put the gun away.
Let me just, as tactfully as I can, retort to your request. If anything happens to you, we all die. He can wait. Do I need to make myself perfectly clear of how strongly I feel about this particular position?
And I just kind of like, because I've got my hand on Granger's shoulder,
Mhm.
right? And I just
And
kind of
he's
like,
got his gun. He's got the gun
like a
literally
gun to-
right underneath
yeah.
the chin of Lynn.
I'm just gonna like lean a little bit and be like, I think he's very serious, Dr. Lin.
You've noticed, haven't you? You've noticed that there's no birds in the trees, no fish in the water.
Yes, this planet's dead of wildlife.
In fact, you could comb this world from pole to pole, and you wouldn't find so much as a bacterium clinging to the rocks. It's not an accident. That's what the egg does. Rebecca Steelman told the company it was a deep space resonance amplifier, a way to reach across the void, to scream into the stars, and maybe, for a time, maybe she even believed it. But what she built is not a transmitter. It's an eraser. You drop it on a world, you turn it on, and every living thing that doesn't meet certain structural thresholds, anything with organic cell walls, anything with a heartbeat or a nervous system, it melts. It turns to slurry in its own skin. And the vibrations tear muscle from bone and they rupture vascular networks. They scramble neural pathways into nothing. The process is fascinating. It takes minutes, hours if you're unlucky. You can see why the company was interested and why they let Rebecca build it. She was brilliant, too brilliant. And like all visionaries, she let ambition blind her to consequences. She wanted to talk to something somewhere out there, but you both know how the company works. They only invest in things they can use. And for this, they needed her and they needed clones. And that's why they agreed, of course. It was simple. They let her build it. She let them copy her. And in return, they got a weapon that doesn't just kill, it cleans. It erases, and they never have to explain what happened. To a colony, there's no bodies left to find, no structures untouched, no spores, no biohazards, no inconvenient traces. And Violet, here's the part I think you should listen to closely. And this is for you too, sir. That ship coming in, it's not a rescue team. It's not a rival faction. It's the UAS Vanquish. It's an interdiction frigate. It's here to retrieve their investment. You, Granger, Shillingford's corpse, and ensure that everything else is cleaned. Okay? And it's not going to land with a diplomatic envoy. It has strike teams, remote kill protocols, and a simple set of standing orders. Extract what's useful, exterminate the rest. If that means dropping tungsten rods on the egg and letting the impact wipe it from history, they'll do it. And that means blowing the Remington's engines before you can run. If that means putting a bullet in every single Marine, cultist, and stray survivor, they'll do it. But it doesn't have to be like that. Not for the two of you. You know as well as I do, you can't fight them, not directly. You've got systems access, yes. You've got your biomachines, yes. But the moment the Vanquish locks onto your ship, the game is over. They'll shut you down before you connect. And if you try to run, they'll make sure you don't make it past the outer atmosphere. But you, Violet, you they want. I can petition for extraction. I can ensure you and Granger are taken alive, intact. I can buy you time to negotiate so long as you comply. And that means surrendering your access codes. It means relinquishing control of the Remington. It means deactivating your creatures before they become a liability, Violet. It means ceasing whatever it is you think you're about to do before you doom every living thing in this structure to liquefaction, before you make yourself a liability too. You both have a choice to make, and you don't have much time to make it. And he stands there silently, making eye contact with Violet with a gun under his chin.
I know what I want to do.
So do I. How strong am I?
You're strong as
Violet,
fuck.
you can tell Granger, you've seen Granger, you've seen what he's done, and I know what type of machine you are. And I don't mean that in a derogatory term.
No, I got you.
You know before Granger's finger knows that he's about to pull the trigger right now and just litter this guy's brain over everything and then just put it in the hands of Bakilson and the team. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Question mark?
Synapses, whatever.
Yeah.
You know it's coming, but you have a chance because you're that quick, because you're that smart, and you have all the sensors. You can stop it. It's going to happen now. I'm not gonna blindly do it.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna stop Granger. Essentially, we know each other. We're not friends, right? Friends, not friends.
Frenemies.
Frenemies. I am going to. I'm gonna grab Granger's gun.
How about this? He pulls the trigger, but you pull his arm just enough that it goes right by the side of Lynn's face. Like, he's pulling it. Like, I imagine that you're quick, but even hitting him is going to cause him to pull the trigger in the first place because it's at that point. So I imagine you would probably pull his arm just enough that because
Yeah,
you're
I've got my
super
hand on your shoulder.
right. You yank it hard enough that you probably dislocate my shoulder, and the shot goes right by his right by his face.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. If you're okay with that, and
I'm okay.
Travis
I think that would
that's
a freaking cool scene at that point.
Okay,
because you're not trying to hurt Ranger, you're trying to save options.
Right. So in this split second, both of us process all of that. I yank you back. You pull the trigger. It just barely misses Lynn's face.
There's like a graze. Like a graze.
There's like a slight burn straight up his cheek.
The room fills with light as the muzzle flash erupts right next to Dr. Lynn's face. And we cut.
I like how Valentina is just sitting back, zip-tied, watching this like, well, isn't this exciting?
Meanwhile, nearby in the chamber, something horrible is happening to Vernon's corpse, which is still alight. Something awful
it's still
is coming
on fire.
out of the back
I hate
of it.
That. Yeah.
Brewer levels his grenade launcher at it. All right, let's get it on, because it's bursting, and in the light you can see that it's like an ashen gray. It's some sort of limb. It's covered in barbs, and it's coming out of this smoking corpse, which has turned sort of a bone whitish gray and shriveled, even though it was larger. Why don't you roll? You got to roll to hit, because that's going to tell us if you freak out or not.
I think it's this thing here. No modifiers, I assume. Oh boy. Uh-oh.
That is a success, though. You do hit.
How much stress are you at?
I don't think I'm at that high stress right now. Okay, so I get 2 stress from that? Is that what I'm seeing? So I'm putting me at stress level 4.
Do you have tough? Or do you have nerves of steel?
I do not have nerves of steel.
Okay. Let me pull up this. The panic table doesn't start till 7 when you get like a thing, so you won't have any effects yet.
Yeah, I get 2 panic though. Okay. Thunk.
You're getting stressed a little stressy.
Yeah. Well, normally I don't have to pull out the grenade launcher.
You don't normally, yeah. Base damage 9 though. That's mean. That's a good weapon.
Yeah. And a reload.
Okay. So now you have to roll damage.
No, damage is already there. Damage is 9.
I guess that's how that works.
So the weapons always have a base damage. If you get additional successes, if you roll more successes after one, you can use them to make additional damage or do effects. You only got 1 success, so you only get the base damage, which is 9.
Pretty high.
That's pretty high base damage, yeah.
I think it is an explosive.
Okay,
it is an explosive.
And then I roll against that.
Yes, you can roll armor.
I roll his armor against that, and each of them takes away a success on his damage.
Each of them takes 1 damage away.
Right, okay, alright, here we go. I'm headed that way. Here we go. Here he is. That's so-and-so. Okay, hold on. Patience, gentle viewer. I have one thing that I need to look at in a stat block here.
I also hope I didn't kill King with that. I was trying not to. But, King might have a little hearing damage.
Some people are gonna, have a little...
Oh
my gosh, come on.
Yeah.
Come on, Vernon.
Did that roll right?
He's bumming me out. All right. So you
Yes.
lay a grenade launcher right on him, and there's a big explosion,
Okay.
and
no armor.
parts of Vernon go flying in all directions.
It was
Shit.
close range he could try to block, but
Dude, any one of those could move now. This is a bad idea. It's like
Or-
breaking up a meteor coming at Earth.
or it's good.
Okay. Well,
Like, all right, hold on.
can't-
First of all, we need
so-
some dramatic music.
So
We
happy
managed
you
to
rolled
completely
0
blow the
armor
tension.
though. That's real good for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It explodes.
Good.
I mean, it like just fucking explodes. I mean, 9
Do I put
no
the right
armor.
man on the job?
I just, I just want to double check this just really quick.
uh,
I'm in disbelief, but I think you.
We
blew him
usually
up.
don't. I think this is the first time you've pulled out the grenade launcher. The second time. Usually everyone's it's usually like a tight hallway and we can't escape. But this time you're like, I got space. Boom.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Yeah, you blow the fucker up.
Nice.
Chunks of it go everywhere. That's
Okay.
bad. King goes, woo!
King saw his whole life flash before his eyes as the thing peeled out of Vernon's corpse, and then saw a beautiful, blissful explosion of safety. And went,
I mean, I think it stands to reason that King got like blown across the room
yeah.
and like landed near this wall. I mean, you got to have the guy who got
King's
blown
probably
back
bruised
by
up.
the explosion.
yeah. King's eyebrows are gone.
Yeah. Oops.
It covered in Vernon goo.
Yeah.
Okay. Blaze, Heston, Kennedy.
You guys all hear a grenade. There's no way they don't
So
hear
we
that.
hear
Explosion.
explosion. Yeah. Okay, that's an oh shit, everybody
Yeah.
looking at each other moment down here. We're all running back. Just like straight up here. We're balls to the walls running back and calling on the comms going, what happened? What happened?
I'm still looking around at such a situation.
We're all getting there. Yeah.
We run back into the main hall.
Ugh.
What the hell was that? Weapons at the ready, expecting to see like death and carnage and combat going on. But
Chow's watching the cams back in the
I
ship,
mean-
like, what the fuck is that?
It was hard. It's hard to explain. Like
What
he
happened?
became
Explosion.
he became a spine monster again.
oh, what?
Again?
Yes.
Who- So you burned him,
Yeah.
and he didn't... And then he...
It seems that fire was not effective.
I don't like the sound of that.
Yes. But
Makes me very uncomfortable.
It seems that ballistic damage was a little bit more effective.
Grenade launcher's just smoking. Great thinking, Brewer.
Yes.
I knew I put the right man on the job. Excellent. Ooh. Oh, I hate this.
Captain, might we consider leaving now?
Yeah, just checking in 2 people. Chow, you good? Everything okay? Make sure our pilot's okay. And then, Violet, you good? No? We're okay here, for now. As you would have heard the explosion, too. So I check in with Chow, and then Violet.
Chow. Okay.
Yeah.
Chow's, copy that. I'm kicking it up here.
Maybe get things a little warmed up.
Oh, yeah? Copy that.
Yeah. I'd rather have it ready. Be safe than sorry. Okay.
Okay.
So,
And then just waiting to hear back from Violet. Hopefully Violet's calmed down now. You good, by the way?
Well, okay, so we'll cut back to there. Hold on, we need some different music here.
so we finally done here.
Because I imagine that the gunshot maybe didn't hear that because I was hearing someone's spine pulling out of their body and then a grenade.
They happen at the same time, so you wouldn't even know what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. That's exciting.
Yeah, and Granger, even though he's a little upset he missed, he's looking at his gun like not supposed to make that kind of
It's not
sound.
supposed to be that loud. Yeah.
Can I?
It's supposed to be a kaboom.
So I know we're not like really in initiative at this moment, but do we have like we did that? I yanked him back. He fired the gun, stopped him from killing Lynn. Can I carry that momentum? I want to pull Granger
Behind you?
I want to put myself between Lynn and Granger.
Okay.
So essentially like flip our positions on the map.
I think Granger would probably be surprised by all of this at this time and would end up,
Okay.
following
So yeah,
through.
we flip essentially.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move my character. There we go.
Hold on. There you go. Oh, wrong one. I got the wrong one. Sorry.
Oh no! I'm upside down.
How did you do that?
There we go.
She rotated it. It's fine.
And I, with my back to Dr. Lynn, I turn to face Granger.
He looks really angry right now because he thinks that you are sacrificing your well-being for whatever this guy's bullshit is.
Yeah. And I think there's a moment where she doesn't say anything. We just kind of have like a stare down.
And I think it's a flip from him being afraid of you before, and at this point just being fucking pissed off that you didn't trust him to make the choice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he trusted you and you didn't trust him to do the right thing that time.
Yeah.
Okay. So you turn your back to Dr. Lynn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
After just saving his life.
Mhm.
FYI.
I doubt he
Instant
cares.
Stab in the back.
Yeah, he's that kind. He's a company man.
And
Okay.
do I have a moment to say something before he does anything?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. To Granger, I just Violet will say after this stare down that we have, you don't get to take my choices away from me. And that's that, and then Lynn can do whatever he wants to do because I just want to have that second just to say that.
I think you hear Lynn's voice behind you. And steady, he says, it's your choice to make, Violet. The two of you can walk out of here. Or not.
And still having not taken my eyes off of Granger, to Dr. Lynn behind me, why are you telling us this now?
Well, he doesn't say, well. He gives it a good pregnant pause. The DM might be tongue-tied, but this guy's not. He gives it a long pregnant pause. And he goes, this is the right time. You have just enough time at this point.
And as he says that, Granger looks you right in the eye because he's still trying to get his focus on this because he was expecting to pop some guy's head and then deal with the consequences. And he's like, you get to keep your choices, but you just took mine away from me. I hope McKeelson survives.
Yeah, I don't think Violet responds to that.
Granger will back away. You made your choice. He tried. He steps back into the room.
I think Violet will go with Dr. Lynn. If it means saving her Marines, including Granger.
What does she say?
I still don't think she takes her eyes off of Granger. She will Um, shit, what does she say? I need to get to the shuttle if I'm gonna do this.
She says that to Dr. Lin.
To Dr. Lin, yeah.
Roger that. I'd be happy to accompany you to the shuttle right away.
My
Do you have your-
Marines. She asks, just my Marines? Question mark.
What about them?
What about them?
Violet, they've seen everything.
Technically, we do serve a purpose, but
Yeah.
They've seen everything. What
Yeah.
Burkhalter and Schillingford did is beyond illegal. This is submission and surrender. I can only guarantee the safety of you and Granger. But I'll do the best I can. If you care about these people, and this is what you're telling me, I'm telling you I'll do the best I can. But it starts with you surrendering the Remington.
Under his breath, Granger from behind is like, the only reason they want you to surrender the Remington and your friends and your little xenomorph synthetics is because they don't think they can take you with all of that.
Mr. Granger, you could not be more wrong about that. The guns that are coming here are bigger than the guns you guys have here.
But they want Violet. So their hands are cuffed. They can't
You're
come in.
assuming that.
Well, they sent you. They sent me. They sent them. They sent the Edward Fitzgerald. I think they've blown a few trillion yuan already, so I think I'm right here.
Violet's decision.
And Violet has not broken eye contact with Granger.
Mm-hmm. And he's staring right back at you.
Yeah. Granger,
Violet.
how many times have I asked you to trust me? Never.
Not enough, but not that I'd listen most of the time. If we're being honest.
Trust me.
Yes, ma'am. And he holsters his PKD?
And at that, Violet will finally break eye contact and turn to Dr. Lin. To the shuttle we go.
Sensational. Definitely want to collect whatever you need to surrender access to the Remington.
Mm-hmm.
Will you be needing your device to do that, or is that something you can do from this data pad? And he hands it to you.
Oh, I don't need either of those. I just need the shuttle.
Sensational. And he tucks the data pad under his arm and takes a couple steps back, waiting expectantly, and kind of holds out his hand, gesturing to the right, to the open door.
I will lead the way out, and I will lead the way to the shuttle.
As soon as Lynn is out of sight, I take my little pad and I send just a quick direct message to McKeelson.
Oh, gotta hit.
Shit, just quick message. Shit's going down. Violet in trouble. Keep eyes out.
I suspect the doctor's Lynn because
Yeah, this
he's
is all
sus as hell.
text. This is
Yeah.
all text
Yeah,
coming
yeah.
to you right now. So
I'll just go direct to Chow. Chow, no one's allowed to take off the ship without my authorization. And should I be deceased, the authorization will go to Hank Granger.
at that point, I literally quick type,
Yep.
and then I walk like I was taking it like Hank tries
And then
to
I'm
play
gonna
it
message R.
as
I'm
well
gonna-
as he can.
R, you come in, please.
R does not respond.
I will text R.
Oh.
Violet in trouble.
R does, you text that.
Yeah, I'll text that to R. Violet in trouble. Things popping out of people's spines. That's new.
Hope you're doing well.
All the best.
Kisses.
Please get in contact. It's a little desperate. Also, clones of you, apparently. Because I don't think R got that message. So
Also close.
She was
Yeah.
in the room.
yeah, I don't know if she heard it though or not, or if she was doing because she was
Fair.
doing the visor stare for
That's
a
fair.
while. So
Yeah. Yeah.
also,
yeah.
clones of you, apparently. PM me for more info. like,
Okay.
like, if you want this info, you have to make contact, please. Just texting.
Okay.
And then going, alright, can we gather everybody up? Head count, get everybody kind of consolidated. We think we're going to evac soon.
Evac.
Yep.
Great.
And then I'll text Granger back, what kind of trouble? As I'm like
You
talking.
don't get a reply back because he's following behind Violet. at this
Absolutely,
point.
absolutely.
And
Just-
he's- yeah,
and then
he's
there's no
not-
response, and because it's like, fantastic. Great. Okay.
What do we do, Captain?
Get together. We're going to do a good check-in and meet at the. I look at all these people. Most of them asleep, except for Mr. Tattoo Man, who's like my cakes. He's like my cabbages from Avatar: The Last Airbender, but my jelly cakes. And he's fine.
It's okay. They can bring the jelly cakes with.
Yeah. These people in McKeelson's mind are fucked.
Yeah. They, yes.
Yeah.
Behind.
I will take Dr. Vic with us, though, because he doesn't know everything that's going on, and he wanted access to medical bay stuff, which we have on the ship, so, it didn't take us, like, half a day to get back up and down here, so, and he's in shock. We're just gonna drag him along. He'll follow. He'll be fine. He's not infected, because he's not taking the jelly cakes. So if he was, he'd be dead.
We could put these guys in hypersleep, right? They'll be fine.
That-
Not on my ship.
We're gonna nuke this thing from orbit. Look, McKeelson doesn't know what the egg does, and McKeelson's like, we're supposed to turn this thing on. If we don't turn this thing on, we're just gonna nuke it. This thing will never turn on again. If it's real bad.
Nuke it from orbit? Let's go.
Yeah, these people aren't great. They're not gonna get better. So, we're gonna regroup in front of the shuttle.
Yeah.
Help people in.
Okay.
Yeah.
With everybody?
I think so. If Granger's not responding and R's not responding, and R seemed to have gone downstairs.
Right.
I think McKeelson's just gonna group, and we know there's a ship incoming. McKeelson knows there's a ship coming in. It would be at least good to get everyone grouped up, do a head count, make sure consolidate info, and then make next steps.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
All Marines.
So
the mooks can keep working on turning the thing back on. It's still gonna take them like hours.
So this whole, the game up to this point tonight probably took about an hour, right? End to end. Okay. So, Violet, you walk to the elevator.
Mhm.
You go up the elevator. Who's in the elevator with you? It's Dr. Lynn.
Granger's following right behind.
Granger's following right behind. We go.
I probably don't let Granger on the elevator with us as we go down.
Oh shit.
Would send it down like before he reaches us.
Okay. Do you submit to this, Granger?
I mean, Lynn's been saying I'm coming along with him. Like, it's been kind of a whole package deal this entire time he's been talking. So he kind of expects to go along and follow with Violet to try and add support. But if she blocks him and gives him a look, he'll play it like he was a step slow.
And you see Lynn turn his chin to you, Violet, as if to say, no? And then looks straight ahead and pushes the button on the elevator. The door shuts, and you begin your descent down to the lower level. As you cross, you see through, when you step out through into the light, through this giant door leading out onto the landing pad, you can see through the windows of the control room right there, and they're moving in there. There's a lot going on. They're handing each other stuff, and you think you can even see some lights on, like blinking lights and panel lights, and you can see a stretch of cabling going down and around the hall, and they've had a productive hour. You do not see R. All of her buddies are here, along with Pierce and Dawson. They're all in here. And here's Lynn. So Lynn accompanies you into the dropship. Is that where you go?
Yep, straight into the dropship.
What happens when you get there?
We see Chow, right? It's just Chow on the dropship.
She's up in the driver's seat. Well, we had a false alarm a few minutes ago. You guys made up your mind? We going? We staying? What's the deal?
Violet's gonna go up to Chow, and I would like to incapacitate her.
Saw that coming. Knew that was coming.
Knock out Chow!
And you like Chow.
I love Chow. I've saved Chow's life before.
Doing this for your own good.
Knock out the punch!
Gonna just strand us on this planet. Wow, thanks.
Do you like karate chopper, or how does
Yeah,
this
I'm like a Vulcan
nerve
sleep
pinch?
Yeah.
Vulcan nerve.
Vulcan nerve pinch.
I don't want to hurt her. I just want to I want to knock her out so I can chuck her off the shuttle.
Off the shuttle!
Oh, you're not even taking her on the shuttle with you.
No.
Wow.
Dang.
Wow, you're leaving her on the death egg. Wow, that's just like so rude.
Man, this sucks.
Okay. All right. I'm here to tell you that you do that, and we're not rolling for that or whatever.
She does have a broken leg.
Sweet. Okay, so yeah, I come up to her. She's talking to me. I imagine like she's sitting in the cockpit.
Absolutely.
And she's,
the thing's idling. It's ready to go.
And yeah, and she says that over her shoulder, and just out of nowhere, I just come in and do the knock her out. And I very carefully pick her up. I'm pretty strong. Pick her up and take her off of the shuttle and set her on the ground, like away from the blast zone, so like she's not injured when we take off, right?
Oh yeah, who cares if she's injured? I mean, she's gonna die when the egg goes off.
Or when the xenomorphs come out and start eating everybody. You know, it's like, unconscious. It's a really good spot to be.
Guys, just trust me, okay? I know to do it. I go back onto the ship.
He just looks bleak.
And I connect because I've been connected. I'm always connected to the shuttle, the Remington. I remote pilot both of them. And I tell I was like, strap in. It's gonna be a little bumpy.
Copy that. And he has a seat. He does a couple of pre-flight, whatever he has to do on the back in that middle sort of section, And he sits down and puts on his belt.
And I'm gonna take off. And while I'm doing that, I connect to the Remington. And my xenomorphs are going to converge on the Doctor's Lin.
Is that shuttle engine noises?
As soon as you hear that, you hear Granger come over the radio. Violet just left me in the hallway. She's leaving with Lynn. Supposedly she's trying to save us, but they're threatening all of our lives. You guys are basically dead, and I guess I am now too since I got left.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
That's what goes over the radio as the engine goes off.
Open channel or just to
Open
accuse-
channel.
Open
to
channel.
everyone.
Oh,
I'm telling everybody.
Oh, that's great for morale.
Yep. We're fucked.
We're all gonna die.
Smoke them if you got them.
Kielson's gonna just be kind of go. Well, what's new? Not a lot.
Nuke
Not
some
much
orbit
is
in
new.
5. Enjoy.
We've got 14 and a half hours, 15 hours.
To build an orbital capable rocket.
Nah, they're gonna drop nukes from orbit. We ain't got that much time.
That's what Kielson just says to most of the Marines, which are grouped around him. Well, we've at least got 14 hours. I'm sure Violet's taking care of the Doctor's Lin, who may have been showing signs of mutiny.
Oh, by the way, the egg is a weapon of mass destruction. It destroys all life that doesn't fit a particular whatever organizational chart that they got. So just living here, you're going to turn into a bag of sludge. So if the xenomorphs don't kill you and the nukes don't fall from the sky, you're going to turn into gray goo.
Put a pin in repairing that console, Brewer. Because we need that console to work too. We need both consoles itself. It just takes one. Just put the pin in that. Maybe we did have the main controls up because we just couldn't do anything with them except read things. I'm gonna take a look maybe at those.
Captain Hilson?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd like to reaffirm the fact that I'm happy I don't have your job right now. Okay. Second point, Violet told me to trust her, and I did. So take that for what it is.
Well, that's
got a
new.
plan. She's got
Also, I wanted to know that I told Shao that someone needed my authorization to leave. They were going to leave the planet. But if I was to die, you're in charge. So, I just wanted to let you know.
Well, that's awfully nice. I will pass on the field promotion. But if the ship just launched, then that means she either didn't listen to you, or she's dead.
Well, we're all going to meet on the landing pad, so I guess we'll find out real soon. Everybody, we're gonna
10-4, Captain.
5 and meet on the landing pad. Everyone, most here except for Mr. Tattoo, who's having a nervous breakdown, is sleeping through the grenade. That's impressive. I want what they're having. And then, well, no, I don't actually. It was drugs, maybe. Let's go down. Let's go down. We're just gonna leave the sleeping people there for now.
Granger's
we have a head
for
count
the elevator, trying to get it to come back down.
Yeah, we've got a head count. So if we're missing one and there's like a couple extra spines flopping around, we'll know something's up when we get back in. Yep, and
ours. We are
ours
facing certain death.
might text me back. So we're just gonna meet up on the landing pad. We're gonna see if Chow's okay. It's time for the secret stash of drugs to come out, maybe. It's time for me to go. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. And then, like, 45 minutes later, come out and be like, alright, what's happening? Great, love this. Yeah, great, awesome.
Good times.
They picked a bad day to stop.
Kilsa's like, I quit. Granger, you're in charge.
Kilsa, quit. I'm retired, damn it. Who wants drugs? Anybody? Drugs? No?
Fresh drugs all around.
Fresh drugs.
Violet, I want to get specific here. You, R has your visor.
Mm-hmm.
Now you are on the shuttle, which gives you access to a terminal, which gives you gives you access to the Remington, right? You know, whatever. When you look into the screens, even in the cockpit, I would assume that a cockpit on a dropship has, you know, monitors that you can switch to your various channels.
Had all the Marines cams on it before, so yeah.
Right. You can see the Remington security camera network.
I can or cannot?
You can.
I can. Okay.
Because of your control on the Remington. I don't know whether you can control the Xenos without your glasses. Did we establish that you can or cannot?
I did, because I established that the connection was me, not the visor. The reason why R can control the Xeno is because she's
one
using
to the visor.
To my visor.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. The doctors, Lynn, are sitting in the commissary playing chess.
Mm-hmm.
One of them has their hand under the table.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
The Xenos, the one that's there doesn't move. It just stays there and watches them. But the second one, the one that was in medbay, does come in like through the vents, just kind of emerges and joins the other one and just sits there. They're not attacking, nothing like that. They're just
they're
there.
Cloaked,
they're
if I remember correctly. Yeah, they're like invisible.
They're camouflaged.
Camouflaged.
They're not
That's right.
They don't have invisibility or anything like that.
Just creepily
They're
camouflaged.
Just really high stealth.
Okay. So they don't set upon them.
No. They're just monitoring. And they're not doing anything other than playing chess.
Well, one of them has their hand under the table.
Right.
He's either jerking off or he's hiding something.
Okay, Lindy, please.
This is a serious moment.
These are educated professionals, okay?
I don't know what gets them going. It could be chess.
My Xenos can see like omnidirectionally, right? Can they see what he's got going on under the table?
He looks at this monster and he sees the monster like tuck his neck, and he puts a data pad on the table. And in big red letters, the data pad says Citadel upside down.
Okay.
And they look at the Xenos, and the Xenos look back at them, and the shuttle climbs out of the atmosphere and enters the black void of space. And that is where we will hang things up for our first adventure back in almost 2 years, and it was the most fun I've had since then. And I love this. And I just really want to say just a couple of things really quick. I really want to thank the audience watching. There's a gentleman in chat a few minutes ago who said they were on their 5th watch through of these on Lindy's channel. That's madness. Thank you for your patronage. It's amazing. And this is a joy, and I am so grateful that I get to return to it. And this was badass, and I hope you guys had fun, and I hope everybody at home had fun, and we'll see you guys in 2 weeks, because the plan is to make this a bi-weekly affair, and we are gonna rip into this game and tell this incredible story. I can't believe what happened tonight. It took directions that I did not plan. We want to say what's up to Ray, who couldn't make it tonight. We hope to see Ray in 2 weeks to resume playing Plan R. We love you, Ray.
Text me back.
Lindy.
Text McKeelson back.
We'll see you soon. And so, to Becky, Trip, Mike, Frank, I just love y'all. I'm so glad to see your faces and play a game with you again. Lindy, thank you so much for the opportunity, and everybody watching, thank you. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Tell your friends. We're back, baby.
We're back.
The bitch is back.
We're
Let's do it.
back. And in, you know, I'd say high res, but we're the same res as we were before, which is already pretty high. So we're gonna go around. We're gonna say, highlights. What are your favorite moments of tonight's game? Now we're back. How was tonight for you? Did you have any moments in particular, Producer Trev, that where we can find you if you want to yell that out? But yeah.
I love our Marines dearly, and I love the captain dearly. I think that what Becky is doing with her character, I think what all of you are doing is amazing. I think that Becky is making the most of this situation and doing some stuff that I really just wasn't planning on. And we're about to have a whole different kind of fun, I think, than your normal dungeon crawl. I was thinking about this, you know, coming back to this after 2 years and reading my 52-page note doc and, you know, throwing transcripts into ChatGPT to try to make sense of this insane story that we've all built together that has so much baggage. But that we had this really cinematic and chilling moment, not just between her and Dr. Lin, but the whole bit with Valentina I thought was really cool. And she's something that, I'll be honest with you, I thought maybe I'd retcon at some point. Is that too many players on the field that look like Rebecca? But actually, I think what we made it into is like something really creepy and special and sad, and makes Rebecca badass. I love Rebecca Steelman. She's my favorite NPC I've ever made, and she just makes me happy. And so, yeah, that was my favorite. Is Becky kicking ass? I think is my favorite.
Thank you. Speaking of kicking ass, Brewer, how was tonight for you?
Oh, it was crazy, man. I think my favorite parts were probably the parts where Violet and Hank were, just intensely like staring each other down, and just the whole dynamic was pretty cool there. And I always have a lot of fun with this game. I am so happy we're going to be playing some more, and I can't wait.
I can't wait either. And that takes us to someone else who can't wait. I can't wait to see what they're gonna do. Violet.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what I'm gonna do either, because like I have the makings of a plan.
You have 2 weeks to think about it.
Yeah, I got 2 weeks to think about it. And I have so many resources at my fingertips now that I'm on my way back to the Remington. So
yeah.
Hi, I'm Nugget. I play Violet, the synthetic human, who's making some choices because they're hers to make. And I loved this. I thought it was fantastic. I really liked Blaze and Kennedy with the clones. I thought that whole interaction was freaking hilarious.
It's so
Brewer
real.
So real. Brewer with the grenade launcher was it's so Brewer. Like, when I think of Brewer, that scene is what I think of, despite the fact that this is the first time it's happened in 23 episodes. And then McKeelson just trying to comfort this poor doctor that's like breaking down while the world is going to shit around them. And then Frank. I love it when we get to be like enemies. Like, not really enemies, but enemies. You and me fighting feels like home, and I'm here for it. And yeah, that's me. I'm very excited for 2 weeks from today.
Wonderful, wonderful. Someone I know who's excited for more aliens all the time, Blaze.
Yes, that was great. The fact that Violet has now left us to our doom, right? That was definitely a standout moment too, but she'll come back and save us, right? Right? Surely, maybe. Somebody will. Hello? Well, I guess we're just going to do a lot of drugs until then. So, thank you, Travis, for coming back and putting this on for us. Appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for watching and everybody here for playing, because we're here. We're back. Gonna get into the groove with the aliens thing, which I am looking forward to. It's one of my favorite universes. Dang, the fast reactions of Violet 2 snapping the gun to the side for Hank, I like that. That was very cinematic, and I could totally see it. That shot happening. Good timing with the grenade launcher too. Good job, Brewer. I'm glad we were able to resolve that. I'm looking forward to more horrors and fun things that happen. I'd like this to be a sci-fi horror-esque crawl game that has good storytelling. I'm here for it. Like, let's go. So, yeah, we'll go next time.
Let's go is Granger's motto. How was tonight for you?
Oh,
I know you missed
God.
him dearly.
Oh, I was a little worried about getting back into the groove with Granger, but I think this episode really kind of just walked into his wheelhouse. It was everything he hates and everything I enjoy. He is absolutely having a nervous breakdown right now because he was in a room with an omnipotent super replicant from the past, and then just a crappy, crazy one that the super replicant likes, and it was just not really the best of times. No,
Was it the worst of times?
In the best of times, yes, it was. No, Blaze and and what's and McKilson's girlfriend with the clones. That just made me laugh so much. Just all of that, like, oh, he telling Blaze he's gonna miss out because McKilson and her are gonna have a great time. That just made me chuckle. Brewer just being Brewer, just doing Brewer things. It's like he didn't have time. He's got to get back to hypersleep, man. Fuck all this. Blow it, burn it, and get out of here. Let's go. I got sleep to do. Back on Blaze again. I absolutely love the fact that a twitching corpse was just like, what's gonna happen?
It's fine. It's just a twitching corpse. Like,
Everything's
what are y'all
With
worried
our
about?
history? That's
We're not
so
creeped out
something
by
to
this
worry about.
freaking egg at all.
It's just a
Everything
fucking
is
twitching
fine.
corpse. Come on.
And
Oh yeah,
then
because I've seen so many of those.
And then I get Violet and Valentina, and that was amazing. And then I get Violet and Dr. Lynn, and that was amazing. And I like that Travis, you gave us the leeway to kind of work that scene out where it works best for both of us, because I kind of know what Violet's doing, and it lets us both have our agency. Whereas Violet is saying, you don't choose for me, when she's literally choosing for everyone else, which I love that. I love just, it's like, I love the interactions, because Violet and Granger are diametrically opposed for this very reason. And they're working together, and they're working against each other at the same time. And it's just this beautiful frenemy situation. I'm having so much fun with it. And thank you, Travis, for giving us the leeway to kind of play with that. And no, this is so much fun. I'm so glad. I was apprehensive all night because I hadn't seen Granger in 2 years. I lost all my notes somewhere. I got a yellow legal pad somewhere in the void, and it's got all my notes. And so I was just running on memory. And so this was great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and that just leaves me. Hi, 'tis I, the Laugh Love Lindy. It was super easy for me to remember McKeelson. Just stressed as hell is and a fraud. That's the general notes I have. Wow, what an episode! I mean, we got right back into it. It was a little warming up a little bit, but then I feel like we love these characters so much it wasn't that difficult to get back into them. I loved the Fisher and Blaze thing where he's like, no, like Kennedy's looking at the cloning tubes, and Blaze is like, but I like that view better. Like, that's who I'm into, Kennedy, and like, you can have your drugs. And I was like, I remembered, I was like, oh yeah, the fraternization was high. And I loved it. Yeah, maybe we will go, we find out Violet's taken off, maybe we will just go to the med bay and raid all the drugs, if there's any left. Because it's not bad to have them on hand, right? I mean, that's why, right? Yep. Cool, love it. Brewer, with the line of the night of beware dead man's spines. Like, that was ominous as hell, but at the same time incredibly succinct and like accurate. It was beautiful. I loved it. And then I also loved whatever that thing was that was peeling out of its spine first. You just making the hit, and it absolutely bombing its armor roll. So you just fucking it's just gone. Just, we've hit enough aliens, we've ran into enough things where I feel like we don't fuck around. Except for maybe place occasion. And something about radioactivity, something. But it was so good. It was so good to just see you demolish the shit out of that thing. It satisfied me on a very deep level. I loved the Granger Violet tension. It was so good. It just goes back. It's such beautiful, intense back and forth. I love it. And of course, producer Trib, I was just happy to see your face and for you to be here and be our mother for tonight because we have missed this and I'm very excited to make this a regular thing. It used to be once a month and now we're getting it twice a month, every other week. That's amazing and it brings me joy and I'm so excited to see where this goes because I know we're gonna have this. I know we might have some interesting flashback episodes at some point and I would love to dig deep into the backstories of each of these people and their beautiful characters. So, thank you all so much for watching. Aliens, we're back. Hello, YouTube. I know you've missed us. I've gotten enough comments. So thank you for watching. We hope you enjoy much more regular content. And you can catch us here tomorrow night for Ghost of Saltmarsh, which is also our bi-weekly campaign. And then on Wednesday afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern, until the end of the month, for Tracks of Terror, my new Call of Cthulhu campaign, where it's 1883. They're on the Transcontinental Railroad, and they'll be pulling up at 7 a.m. in Reno, Nevada at the start of next session. So, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, have fun and play games.